me, leaving our vision so clear. Dark Lord Jack Daddy, knowledge supreme. Bobby A1 needs mountain dream lord. Scuba camera haunting our show. Together we reveal the fear we bestow. Jump scares and monsters looking in the dark. Gore and more team ready to embark.
What's going on, Gorehounds, and welcome to another fantastic episode of the Gore and More podcast. I'm your not so mean fluff master supreme, Big Johnny D, bringing the shit show in. However, as you know, I don't bring this shit show in alone. For with me, as always, are my beloved horror homies. Started off with that Dark Lord of Knowledge, that Chad Daddy, all the way down from the Chattahoochee, Mr. Chad Crispin.
What's up, bitches?
And we have the Dean of the Deceased, the host with the ghost, the Duke of the Dead, Mr. Steve Vasquez.
Hola, mis amigos. Buenos días y bienvenidos.
I don't know about you guys, but I just got wet.
I
got wet and confused all in one time.
Right?
Huh?
Poppy's got the most confused boner right now.
And we have that we have that delicious meatball, but we like to call him that killing machine, Mr. Bobby Avone.
Good evening, motherfuckers. It is the 17th of February.
That's right, man. We are almost done with this month. God damn.
Which
man.
is fucking with me.
That's the part about getting older, man. This shit just goes faster every day. Every time you get a little older, it just goes a little bit quicker. But no, man, it's a good month. We're talking 2007's The Orphanage today, which it was a very enjoyable movie. I'm excited to talk about it. I believe this was Mr. Brody Kane's pick, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
Yes.
Awesome. Obviously, we'll get into this nugget of joy when we really get into the episode. But before we do that, we're going to do what we always do and talk about what we did in last weekend or didn't do or whatever the fuck. So, Mr. Vasquez, how your pipes feeling, buddy?
I'm going to do it, but, since this movie was in Spanish.
Ooh.
Ahora es tiempo para tu trozo de vida.
Yeah.
In other words, it is now time for your slice of life.
That was hot.
Nice.
That was hot.
Very nice. That was. I like it. Gore More Telemundo hour.
Sábado.
Yeah, dude. No, I'm jealous, man. Scoob's got to potentially watch this movie on a whole different level than the rest of us plebes. So, yeah, like I said earlier, dude, I'm kind of jealous. That being said, Chad Daddy, the reins are in your hands, buddy. How was your weekend, brother?
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. I actually gave myself a 4-day weekend because the kids were off school today. And initially we had my mother-in-law to watch the kids on days where we both had to work and the kids were home. Unfortunately, she took another job. So my wife was okay with them being here for the few hours by themselves. And I was like, you know what? Screw it. I got the time. I can take it. So I stayed home with the kids.
Nice.
Basically, most of what I did was did a lot of. So Friday had a doctor's appointment. Everything went well. Nothing too exciting. Nothing too bad.
Word.
Yeah. So then I decided I need new rear tires for my car because it needs inspected by the end of the month. And I knew it needed tires. So the first place I check, I said, do you have, blah, blah, blah in my size? And he said, let me go look. He's like, you want used or new? And I said, preferably used. Save a couple bucks. So he goes in and comes out and he's like, I got them. They're a size smaller, but they'll work. I'm like, all right. How much you want for them? He's like, $100 for the pair. I'm like, sold. Like I can't even get one new tire for that.
No shit.
Yeah, so I'm like, you have time to throw them on? He's like, well, I can't do it right now because I got to get this gas tank back in this truck. It's like, as soon as I get to it is Tuesday. I'm like, I wanted them on sooner than that. I'm like, can I just take them and go to the tire shop down the road and have them put them on? He's like, yeah. He's like, in that case, I'll take 90 for them.
Oh shit, nice.
Yeah, so I got them even cheaper.
Hell yeah.
So hell yeah. So I got them on. They charged me like $40 to get them mounted. So $130. I got 2 tires. They're winter tires. They have a great tread on them. They're going to last a while.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Awesome.
You sound like a diesel truck going down now. That's how mine always sound, dude. Like, especially you got them deep treads. Can you guys use studs in PA or no?
Yes.
Okay, because I know we can too, but some places don't.
You can, but they changed the law that it has to be all 4 tires now. You can't just do the fronts.
Really?
Yes.
Interesting. I wonder if ours is that. Huh? No shit. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So I got those on. Let's see, what else did I do? A lot of Phasmophobia over the weekend, dude. I shot up like, I'd say a good 20 levels over the weekend with all the gaming we did.
Nice.
Yeah. Hitting up all the challenges, finishing that off, and doing solos and doing team ups with you guys. By the way, I gotta say, teaming up with Scoobs is so fucking fun.
It is.
It's like gaming with a little kid, because anytime he finds a cursed object, he's like,
Wild
I'm gonna
card,
do it.
baby.
He's like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. No, don't do it. He's like the music. Sorry, I'll do it, Chad. Daddy, I'm gonna do it. Like, don't. Like, he killed 3 of us with that fucking music.
Hey, you know what, man? At least Scoobs gives you the heads up that he is going to do it. Because I know there's
That's
people
true.
out there
Yes.
that won't even say a motherfucking thing. And all of a sudden you'll be like, oh my God, it's hunting. And then there's your asshole friend at the fucking door with the music box. You're like, what the fuck?
Look, I just want you to know, I still have yet to find the fucking tarot cards or
Really? I
Really?
found the
summoning
tarot
circle.
cards like 3 times today.
And I
I
found
haven't found him
I
either.
found the damn voodoo doll back to back to back. I found the damn monkey's paw back to back to back, and still have not come across the damn tarot cards.
So where are
They
you
don't
doing?
pop up
Where
a
are you-
lot for me.
I did
What are
the
you
voodoo
doing?
doll earlier.
What is it? The very first one you start out. Which one is that? Edgeview or something? What the fuck is the name of that?
Oh, the main house, Tanglewood.
Yeah,
Tanglewood.
Tanglewood. Do a bunch of solos there. Guarantee within the first 5 or so, you're gonna find the tarot deck.
Where have you been finding them there? Because even I haven't been getting them, which is weird, dude. Like, I'll get the
Yeah.
mirror a bunch of times. I'll get the fucking
Tanglewood?
Ouija board. Yeah.
It's in the TV room on the little end table, all the way over the
Alright.
corner.
Because I usually
time.
get either summoning circle, mirror, or Ouija board.
I've been getting the
Biggest
voodoo
out of
doll a
those
lot
ones.
lately.
I haven't
I
had the
love the Ouija
summoning
board.
circle in a hot minute, but the Ouija board's been popping up for me like crazy.
If
I
you
don't think
couldn't tell Gorehounds what we've been doing all week.
And the funny thing is, I don't know if Scoobs knew this, but even if it doesn't tell you there's a cursed object in the house,
Yeah,
there's
there could still
always
be
a
one
cursed
there.
object.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And here's the shitty part. Not to cut you off from your slice of life, Chad Daddy, but it's kind of all part of our entire slice of life for the weekend. We did not sync up, not one time, all 4 of us together.
I know.
It needs to
No,
happen.
it was
this
always
week.
always like 3.
Yes.
Yes.
To be fair, though, I always have a bunch of other people
be
coming
fair.
along with me.
To be
So,
fair.
Yeah.
so, see, if they just gave that, I think they need a 5-player mode.
They
Yes.
do.
You put 4 people on the hunt or investigation, whatever you want
And
to
one
say.
person's the
And you
oracle and the
make
shark.
you make the one person the van princess too.
Yep.
Like that is their job. That's what they have to do. That's like, and then that just gives more like reasons for like the sound sensors and shit, right? Because then
Mhm.
sometimes they might be able to hear shit that we can't hear or see.
And it's also fun playing with John's wife, because we'll all be standing around the van and we're coordinating who needs what. You know,
And
you
Jen's
take this,
off
look at
in
it.
the
she's
house
gone.
already.
She's gone.
Gone.
She's like, I don't got
Fucking
time for y'all's bullshit.
straight up Leroy Jenkins, dude, just in the house, like let's fucking
We'll,
go.
we'll just be leaving the van, and she's like, "Breaker's on."
Yeah, we're
Or
like,
she-
what? It's like, yeah, I already
Or
got
she's like-
EMF 5 in here.
I was
Fucking-
like, yeah, so she's got like EMF 5 already. It's like, we just started.
We're not even in the house yet. What the shit?
She gung hos her way in every time. It's
Guys, I'm
hilarious.
dead already.
if you could kick the door down, that's what she's doing. Like, it's-
Yeah, basically. Oh man, I wish we could do just a Phasmophobia show, because I could just sit here and talk and talk and talk.
Oh,
But I've
it's-
talked a lot.
What's up, G?
Hey, Gene. So yeah,
Hey.
that's basically all I did, was played that and watched this movie Saturday and did a little bit of cleaning, and I did a lot of gaming today. So
Nice.
Scoobs, what'd you do, buddy?
Let's see what I do. Friday, I worked at the bar. I made a little bit of cash, made about $700, a little over
Nice.
$700 in tips, which was awesome.
Nice.
Did a little Valentine's Day things.
Mm.
Yeah.
And Saturday gamed, of course, Phasmophobia all damn weekend. Same thing as Sunday, Phasmophobia. What else did I do? Oh, I got to see Captain America.
Ooh, how was that?
I enjoyed it. I thoroughly enjoyed the movie. I think a lot of people are bitching because it's not a superhero action movie. It's an
One second, guys,
action
be right
movie
back.
that has superheroes. It's very Top Gun Maverick.
Ooh,
It's
okay.
it's kind of how the reason that I like Rogue One. While it takes place in that universe
It
where
does
there's
a little
Jedis, and it's more of a war story than anything
different. Yeah,
else.
yeah, yeah.
And so
That's-
it's kind of like that, with not that it's a war story, but it's more of a military thing that's going on in the government and
Yeah.
stuff, and as opposed to the multiverse opening and all this magic and you need this power and that power. This is more
Okay.
grounded. And a lot of people are bitching that Steve Rogers, that's Captain America, and this guy's just a dude in a suit, and how does he do all this and that? He's got a vibranium suit, man. Come on. Same with Black Panther. He didn't have any superpowers. He was a dude in a
I mean,
suit.
he had the flower.
Yeah,
I know
well,
that
yeah,
gave him some shit.
but it essentially it was the
yes.
suit.
So, well, not only that, but our boy's already trained, right?
Yeah.
Like, he's military trained.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was a psychiatrist or something. So he uses his skills other than fighting to talk down the villains. You know what I mean? Because with his training in the military,
hostage negotiation. Right?
Yeah, pretty much. He was a counselor or whatever it was. So they utilized that, and I appreciated that. It was a really good, solid flick. People said that there was a lot. You could see the blue screens and this and that, and that it hurt the movie. I watched it in 3D. I didn't notice any of that. I had a blast.
You know what, man? And I hate to say it, dude, because I think a lot of it, and I could be wrong, I think a lot of it just don't like him as Captain America. And that's fine, right? Like that's I get it, but no, I want to check it out. I heard it's kind of an unsung sequel to Incredible Hulk.
Oh, it is 100%, not even unsung. It is 100% a sequel to The Incredible Hulk.
I just didn't know how to.
No,
I wasn't sure on that.
100%. You go watch Hulk, and then you watch this movie right after.
Honestly, dude,
it is
Incredible Hulk has been always one of my favorite Marvel movies to date. So
it's great.
I haven't watched that.
And Mel was talking. She's like, "Oh, maybe we'll get Edward Norton as when they do Secret Wars as part of the multiverse." And I said, "No, it's supposed to be the same Hulk. Like Mark Ruffalo, this is what his backstory is. This happened. Like it's not that this was another part of this Marvel movie wasn't a one-off. Like the Incredible Hulk was this Hulk story." So everything that happened in that movie
changed. That's all you got.
Yeah, they just changed the actor, and which I thought was stupid because I rewatched the Hulk after watching Captain America, and it's such a good flick. And I love Edward Norton as Bruce Banner way more than Mark Ruffalo. Way more.
Well, yeah,
I just hate Ruffalo.
That's fine.
So, but I did that, and then I too was off of work today, but not because I had to take PTO off, because it's President's Day, and my organization recognizes that as a holiday, so we got today off.
Shit. Nice.
Yeah. So, but I will say Friday, I did take my birthday from the company that I work for. We get birthday floaters, so we get a birthday free day off for our birthday during the month of our birthday. I wasn't gonna take it till this Friday because I was like, shit, I'll get I only have to do 3 days. I'll take my birthday floater Friday. My birthday's on Saturday. Perfect. But because Sam came down last week, I had to take her back to San Antonio Friday. So I had to take my floater on Friday. So I got a 4-day weekend, which is still cool, but did a lot of Phasmophobia. I am almost level 37 or no, I think I'm level 30. No, I'm about to be level.
Nice.
Wait, I just turned level 37 before we hopped on here, unlocked the crucifix.
Nice.
The new crucifix. So, yeah. And that's it, man. And I watched this movie today, and I am so ready to talk about this movie. I had never seen it before.
I upgraded my parabolic microphone earlier today.
It's awesome.
And then I had so little money left that my next match, it didn't give me anything. Like I didn't have salt. I didn't have a camera.
Sometimes that'll happen, dude. You just blow your wad way too quickly. Yeah. You're like, fuck.
I had like $200 and some.
Yo, Parabolic 3 is where it's at though, dude, because it's literally the motion sensor from fucking Aliens.
No way.
Yeah, dude. Like any sound that happens, it literally pops up on the motion sensor and tells you the distance where it's at too.
Nice.
So if like your buddies are over here doing shit, they'll just pop up as little pings, and you'll know how far.
That's gnarly.
That's
rad. But a lot of Phasmophobia, and if you couldn't tell, we are on the bandwagon with this. And I told Mel, I looked over at her, I said, I'm sorry. She's like, why? I said, because Phasmophobia is like consuming my life right now. But when I get into something, I get addicted to it. And she's like, baby, it's fine. Like, at least you're here. Same. You're not going out drinking. Like, you're here at the house.
Steph loves watching me play when I'm playing with you guys. She thinks it's hilarious because there's no sound. So she can hear you guys from my headset.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
She thinks it's hilarious.
Fuck yeah, dude.
And it's funny because like Chad called me out. We were playing earlier, and he's like, "Did you run?" I said, "No."
No.
And you can't
can't
prove that
prove
I did. You can't prove that I ran when the ghost did a ghost event.
It was a
You-
fucking event, and he just
I
goes
was-
and hides around the corner.
I was
Fuck yeah,
checking,
dude. I'll be the
Yeah.
first.
I was
I would
crouched.
do the same thing.
I
done
was
the same
crouched
thing.
trying to get temperatures, and he's just nope.
But you know what
Yo,
happened?
man.
You know what happened 2 minutes later? Chad fucking died.
Yeah, Chad
Uh-huh.
fucking died. Thanks.
That's why I fucking bolted too, man. I understand because I usually am the first one fucking dead. So it's like anytime those lights start to flicker, I'm like, nope, fuck you. I'm out. Back to the van, bitch.
Like I am always mindful of where I can fucking hide. Like I
you
don't
have to be, dude.
especially in that garage, if that little hiding spot in the corner isn't there in was it not Tanglewood? One of
Willow?
them. Woodwillow, yes.
Yeah.
If that little hiding spot's not there in the garage and the ghost is in the garage, I'm like, fuck, where am I gonna hide? Where am I gonna hide fast? So,
Dude,
I'm
when you
always
were hiding in
mindful of
there,
what's
I was
around
doing
me.
a good job hiding in front of the car.
You were in front of the car?
I was in front of the
So
car.
you don't. So the nice thing is like the biggest thing is you just need to get out of the ghost line of sight. It's not necessarily tucking yourself in a corner. So I've even hid behind them on the counter on Willow. As long as you go
Oh,
back
nice.
there, dude, if they're running between and don't like, you also got to turn all your shit off, right? Like,
Yeah.
I've been trying to get better at that too. Or either
Yeah.
throw it or fucking turn it off.
Well, I was
One of the
hiding
two.
one time and I had the glow stick in my hand, and I'm like, oh, it's not gonna find me. How the hell am I supposed to turn off the glow stick? It found me and killed me. I should have just switched off of the damn glow stick, and I didn't.
Yeah, you would either just chuck it or switch it to a different object or whatever the
Yeah.
fuck. But
But all right,
Sure.
that's enough about me. Bob.
Well, I don't think I did. I did a few little different things than Phasmophobia. Friday, I made Valentine's dinner for me and
Aw.
Rebecca. And then Saturday, we drove up to Connecticut with friends of ours and went to Mohegan Sun. We went to the casino
Nice.
up there. And we stayed for the night. We gambled some money. I won some money. I didn't really lose any.
That's
so
good.
it worked out
Nice.
pretty good. Everybody else broke even. We had a good time. We went to a nice Italian restaurant. And it was a good time. I could spend time up there all day, all the time now. Sunday, I came home, and then what did I do? Oh yeah, Phasmophobia. I was on with Scoobs, and then I was on solo a little bit. And then I went and saw Captain America as well. And I'm in the same boat as Scoobs. I like this Captain America a little more than some of the other ones they made.
okay.
So I enjoyed it. I think he makes a great Captain America. I was like, I also felt I'll say it like that. He was a little more relatable too on some levels. It's not a, I'm going to say it, juiced up Steve Rogers because he took the serum, and this guy's like, I should have taken the serum. And then
No, I love that line.
I'm not going to say,
So there's a line in the movie. Sorry, Bob. There's a line in the movie that says, "Bucky's full of shit. I should have taken the serum." And I fucking laughed my ass off. Nobody else. There was like 4 other people in the theater, but I laughed my ass off at that line because Bucky has this conversation with him about he doesn't need the serum, and that's why Steve picked you because you're this, 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 and this. And then he's getting his ass kicked by the Red Hulk, and he's like, "Bucky's full of shit. I should have taken the serum."
I should have taken that serum.
Nice.
No, I think they did a great job. Nothing took me out of the movie. I loved it. I want to see what they're going to do next with this. I want to see the sequel to this fast as fuck. Like,
Essentially, this version
So
of
that-
Captain America he's a street level hero now, as opposed to Steve not being a street level hero.
All right. All right.
that's fine. I'm fine with that. I like that, honestly.
Going here.
'Cause if somebody else just stepped in, and did what Steve did exactly the same, I'm like, oh, great. We just got the same thing with a different person.
We're looking at you,
Great.
US
They
agent.
don't need that.
I mean, we're getting him again
Exactly.
coming up, so you
Mhm.
know,
Captain
I'll watch
America.
that, dude. That looks pretty decent too.
Yeah, it looks okay. I'm not going to
Mhm.
rush out. Probably not going to see it in theaters, but I don't think I'm going to see this in theaters either.
See, I want to see this one in theaters, and then judging, I don't know. I probably won't get to, but we'll see. He said, "You're friendly neighborhood
and-
Spider-Man." You're not wrong, home.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone in the chat. Hello, everyone.
Uh,
And then I came home after that, and I played more Phasmophobia. And today, I was off as well. I'm off still for the next 3 weeks. So, yeah, I played Phasmophobia again with the boys today. So I'm at level 22. So after this, regardless of the time, I'm going to try and level up a
Yeah.
little bit. So if maybe you boys want to get on.
I won't have time tonight.
And yeah, that was my weekend. It was a wonderful weekend with my lady and my friends and everything else and the boys. So, John,
Well, pretty much we already discussed what I did. Played games and fucking watched this movie. But on top of that, I did following last week's flick. I was kind of in a mood, so I watched Prometheus, which I haven't watched in a long fucking time. And goddamn, I love this movie, dude. Like, and like we talked last week, man. Like, even if you take it away from the alien universe itself, which it's still very much set in, but it's just a goddamn awesome sci-fi movie. Like I don't know. I'm probably gonna have to rewatch Covenant. I've only watched it the one time. Gave me a bad taste, and I've never gone back. So maybe it's time. Maybe I'll look at it in a different light. I'm sure you guys could admit to this, but no, that's fair. No, but I'm sure you guys can admit to this. After reviewing so many movies and stuff, like actually going back to rewatch some movies that maybe we'll never like, you still watch it in a completely different light, or at least like I might dissect it a little bit more than I normally ever personally would. So no, that's kind of what I did with this, and then I also found myself rewatching Cage Match again, dude, because every time I fucking watch it, you know why? I know why. It's because we got all that Johnny Cage shit last week, dude, at the end of the week for the new MK2 coming out. We got the new fake poster and shit.
Dude,
And
that poster sold me. I'm completely sold on Carl Urban.
Brody and I had a full conversation. He's like, I want a 30-minute bullshit thing on the Blu-ray of that movie itself. I'm like, I don't even need 30 minutes. Give me a 3-minute solidly made trailer for it. That's all you need to fucking do.
That or like a quick fake behind the scenes of that movie that never is getting made.
That would be fantastic Blu-ray extra, dude.
It would be.
I mean, if they decide to film a 30-minute action film with it, then I am totally game for that too. But no, I was just on that high, so I played a little MK1 as well, and threw that on too. And I need to have you motherfuckers watch it, dude, so I can talk to somebody because nobody else has seen it. But it is on HBO. That being said, I am done talking about myself, and I am ready to talk about this movie to which we are here to talk about today, and that is 2007's The Orphanage. Bob, are you going to do plot rundown for Mr. Brody?
I certainly am. Let me pull up my notes here, not being prepared for the past 30 seconds.
Holding on your note, Bob, huh?
You're damn right. Released September 10th, 2007. After 30 years, Laura returns to the mysterious children's home where she spent her childhood. Not knowing what to expect, Laura and her husband set foot in the abandoned building, having ambitious dreams about the institution. But some places bear the
indelible mark
of suffering. When an ailing boy vanishes into thin air, the unsightly ghosts of the past resurface, inviting dark thoughts, guilt, and grief. Suddenly, spine-chilling nuances of paranormal activity blemish the physical world, demanding answers and closure. Are supernatural forces at work? Has Laura unwittingly summoned the sinister spirits of the orphanage? Directed by J.A. Bayona, A Monster Calls, Jurassic World, Fallen Kingdom. Written by Sergio G. Sanchez, The Impossible, Marrowbone. Produced by Mar Tarragona, The Uninvited Guest, The Wasteland, Joaquin Pedro, Paranormal Experience 3D, The Cuckoo's Curse, and Olivero Augustine, The Seventh Floor, The Vault.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say every time we were playing Phasmophobia and I heard that fucking train going off behind Bobby, I'm like, do we have ghost trains now?
That'd be scary.
Hey guys, I got EMF.
We got ghost trains.
To be fair, Chad and I were doing it one time, and his dog started. The ghost definitely fucking was like, "Fuck you, motherfucker!" I was like, "Ah, no!"
You were like, "That dog's gonna get us killed."
Did
no when we're playing when I'm playing with Chad, and all I hear in the background is,
Harper's laugh. Yes,
like, yeah, that's my daughter. I'm like,
I just told Chad Daddy that today. I said, dude, every time we play and Harper laughs, it scares the shit out of me, and I think I need to run and hide.
She thinks it's hilarious watching us get.
I
watching
bet
you
she
get-
does.
She loves it.
That's
I would
awesome.
too.
Rebecca hasn't experienced it yet, but continue.
All right,
fuck.
starring Belen Rueda, Julia's Eyes, The Seventh Floor, as Laura Garcia Rodriguez, Fernando Cayo, The Counselor, Money Heist, as Carlos Sanchez Rivera, Roger Principe, as Through a Boy's Eyes, The Dark Village, as Simon Sanchez Rivera, Mabel Rivera, The Sea Inside, Game of Werewolves, as Pilar, Monserrat Carulla, The City Prodigies, Barcelona Christmas Nights, as Benigna Escobedo, Geraldine Chaplin, The Wolfman, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, as Aurora. I had to get out of my Mexican accent for her name.
You're fine.
Andreas Gertrudix? Gertrudi? Andreas Gertrudi. Death Knell, Below Zero, as Enrique.
Hmm.
Edgar Vivar, Sinister Circle, Overboard, as Professor Leo Balaban. Oscar Casas, Until We Fall, as Always a Witch, as Tomas. Body count total 3.
1 second, guys.
Oh, you're fine. Who do we let's see, we got probably the lady who got hit by the bus, then the mom, obviously, and then
The boy.
boy.
The boy.
Fair enough. All
Yeah.
right.
All right, sorry, boys.
No, you're good.
good.
Did we get a body count total of 3 on here? That's not
Yep.
including. Didn't include the orphans because they were dead way.
No.
before
We
we-
figured
yeah.
just the mom,
Yeah.
the old lady, and her son, obviously.
Right.
So, all right.
By the way, that was pretty sexy.
Thank you. I try. It's the way I
We
roll
need,
my
we need a
R's.
change for that.
I'm gonna butcher these names, but music by Fernando Velasquez, Crimson Peak, Pride and Prejudice, and Zombies.
Hey, I have that book
Cinematography-
and I've never read it.
I bought it when it came out. It was like the sci-fi book club pick of the
Yeah,
month.
dude, same. I bought it. I was like, ooh, this looks good. On the
Yep.
shelf it goes.
Music by I did that. Cinematography by Oscar Farah. I'm butchering these names. I'm sorry, Scoops.
Suara?
Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power.
Ooh.
Edited by Elena Ruiz. Ava, The Platform. Effects and makeup by Sandra. What?
I heard the platform's really good.
I've never heard of it.
Yeah, I heard
I guess it's
good
a-
things
I-
about that movie.
It's distributed by Netflix, so it's claimed as a Netflix film, but it's not a Netflix film. It's one of those things.
Oh,
It's, you know,
that was good.
That's the one where there's like 300 levels. It's like a
Yes.
prison or some shit, dude.
Yes.
I've never watched it, but I heard it's
I
pretty
wanna
That
watch
solid.
was gnarly. It was good. They're supposed to be making a sequel.
Really
Yeah.
interesting.
Ooh.
All right.
All right. Effects and makeup by Sandra Pitcher. Game of Thrones, Lost in Space. Distributed by Warner Brothers Pictures Spain. Runtime of 105.
Wrangler. Was that say Wrangler Brothers Pictures though?
Wrangler Bros.
What the?
What?
Who did that?
I didn't do that.
I just noticed it. I swear to God.
Maybe it is Wrangler Brothers Pictures Spain. I don't know.
Well, now I want to look it up, dude.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna look it up.
They still have a WB, but it's a way different symbol. All right, sweet. Let me look that up,
Runtime
yeah.
of 105 minutes, rated R, budget of 4.5 mil, and it grossed 65 mil.
Yeah, so it did pretty
It
damn
did.
good. Which,
Oh, this
which
is in euros, by the way. So whatever that translates to American, I just put dollars.
There's no Wrangler Brother pictures.
Yeah,
How did
there's
I write
not.
Wrangler Brothers Pictures? Something must have distracted me.
I don't know,
Were
man.
you like shopping
But I
for
know you
Levi
said Warner
Wranglers at
Bros.
the
I'm
same time?
I must have been.
That doesn't say Warner though.
Button fly jeans.
Fucking right, dude.
Oh shit!
All right. So it made some money.
It did.
Nice.
Made some money. Made
It did
some
pretty well.
acclaim too. It's a very well received movie.
As it should be, man. This was my first watch. I've heard of this movie time and time again, and I feel it falls within the vein of films like The Devil's Backbone, which that's one movie that I don't remember what we gave it, but I know I love that movie so much. And so I've
I'm
always
sorry if
wanted.
my dog's going crazy down
No,
there.
you're good. You're good. I've always wanted to watch this movie, and I am so glad I did, because it is not your traditional horror movie. Does it have
No,
scary
it's
elements?
not.
It's got scary
No.
elements to
Right.
it.
Yeah, sure. But
But
that's
this
just to set the
is-
suspense of it.
This movie is a straight up old fashioned ghost story.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it
100%.
is absolutely amazing. It was shot beautifully. The characters are, man, I told Brody, I said, thank you for picking this. I felt sitting there watching it, I felt like a little kid again watching novelas with my grandma, sitting there and watching her watch her stories at night in Spanish. And I was just so drawn into this world and so drawn into this characters and this grieving mother that knew something else was going on. But then there's always that dickhead dad that doesn't believe. Always.
Yeah. Okay. You know what?
Yeah.
He did do that, but I feel like as for normal horror dickhead husbands, he still gave her the chance to do it though.
Oh no, he did.
Like,
and that's
absolutely.
completely fair.
He wasn't Craig T. Nelson from Poltergeist level of like cool with it, but he still allowed it to happen
Yeah.
to a certain point where he's like, and then which I don't know. I appreciate it because I feel like there's always, realistically, we know we're watching a ghost story, but these people don't. Well, the mom does, but you know what I mean? The rest of these people don't know they're in a horror movie.
Yeah.
So logically speaking, no, like I would probably be him too.
But Mel had a good point. She said, because I told her, I said, this is like in my top list of favorite films that I've seen on the show.
Wow.
I love it. I love it so much. She
was
said,
really
a lot of the movies that you like kind of have the same formula. And I said, what do you mean? She's like, well, you love the Poltergeist and it's got ghosts and it's got the psychic that comes in and knows their shit and this and that. You love the Insidious films and it's got the psychic and ghosts and the family that doesn't believe. And now this movie. And I'm like, you know what? You're kind of right. There's a pattern to the way things are working with some of the films that I just absolutely enjoy. What made this movie scary for me, not that it made it scary, it just made it more relatable, was I guess because it was in Spanish. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And growing up as Spanish is my first language and growing up and granted, this is Spain Spanish, this is a Mexican Spanish, but it still brings out that inner child in me watching it where I was just absolutely terrified of everything. As a kid, I would have been scared shitless of this movie. The ghost kids alone were kind of creepy, even though they weren't, but we still had Tomas, who we didn't know what he looked like under that sack, but then when we see what he looks like, it's way worse with the fucking sack off. Like that poor little boy, I felt so bad for him.
Dude, when we were watching it and you see him with the sack on his head, and I made a comment to Steph, like, oh, it's like baby Jason, and then you see him without his mask, you're like, yeah,
that
look like him.
whole storyline is baby Jason, dude.
It gave me Sam vibes too,
he's
though.
He's deformed.
Yeah,
He's deformed.
big Sam vibes.
He gets killed accidentally, right? It wasn't on purpose or anything, but he drowns. Mother gets very vindictive, kills other kids at the camp, and if I'm not wrong, isn't there backstory of where she poisoned the food or something?
Yeah, she was poisoning the food.
So
Yeah,
there you got
yes.
fucking that. Dude, I'm literally, as I was watching this, I'm like, this is Friday the 13th and Poltergeist all wrapped in one fucking little Spanish package, and I like it.
And it worked.
No. That's not a bet. That is not a negative on it by any means. It's just me drawing similarities to things that are there.
Yeah.
But
I also like
Joe.
Tomas's, like I say
Hello,
art
Joseph.
because at the end he's accepted with all the kids surrounding Laura. I love the fact that it's like at first it's like, ooh, creepy. No, now we're all accepted. That's all that was wanted.
I don't think
especially with him.
they killed him vindictively.
no,
It was an accident.
No.
They
definitely
wanted
did.
to play with him. They wanted to know what he looked like under the sack. So, of course, kids being kids, it was an accident that he died.
But it wasn't even that. Like they
yeah.
said, he was too scared to come out like the rest of them did. And, not trying to blame him or anything, but that's all it was. It was just, unfortunately, his fear led him to get killed.
And I love the way that it gives from the get-go when Simon disappears. Well, we can call him Simon. When Simon disappears, there's a clue already there. And when she pulled the sheet or when she pulled the blanket off and there was the doll, I looked over at Mo. I said, they want to play the game.
Mm-hmm.
Had she played the game right then and there,
She would have found him.
she would have found him. So it's kind of her fault that he died because she didn't remember.
I mean, that was
game.
during the party, though, wasn't it?
Yes.
That was after.
He wanted to show.
Was it?
Tomas-
Because,
he wanted to
okay,
show
but it was the
Tomas.
party when she locked him into the basement.
Yeah, when she locked him in the basement.
But when did he fall? Was it right before she found the doll? Because remember, she was listening to the door, and I think heard it when we saw it in the flashback at the end. But wasn't that going into the room to get the doll?
I think it's when you hear all that like construction equipment fall. That's when he fell. So he was in there. That stuff fell.
No.
That's when he.
That's
fell.
when. No. The construction equipment, the post. That was what just locked him in there, which it showed that. But then it showed the scene when it was like refreshing us at the end there.
Okay,
It
hold
showed
on.
her listening to the door, and that's when you hear the thud and then another thud. And I thought that's when like she goes in there and she like tells her husband, like, I think I hear something in there.
I thought she had already found the doll at that point. Before.
I'm trying to remember.
Or maybe but even
heard
if it did happen afterwards, it was still, them trying to get her to find Tomas. And when she found him laying in that bed, I told Mel, I said, he's dead. That's not him. Like,
see, I already knew that right from that too. I was like, oh,
Same.
dude, he's dead.
yeah,
Like, no
I
way,
said,
he's not dead.
she's gonna be holding a skeleton. I totally thought that scene in fucking Nightmare where
That's what I thought too.
holding
Just
the
hold
You're
me
doll.
down.
done. You're
baby.
holding me. You're hurting me.
me. Yeah, and the way she finds him too, it's such a sad. Okay, I wasn't gonna admit this, but I'm gonna admit it to you boys. I cried.
That's fair.
Cried in this movie. I got
Brody-
so
got Brody too.
emotional. I got so fucking emotional. Mel looked over at me and she's like, "Are you crying?" I said, "Shut the fuck up, leave me alone." Like, it was such a touching ending to this film. I don't know what it was. I guess as I get older, as a dad, I appreciate happy endings, even though it wasn't a happy ending for the living world. It was a happy ending.
That is exactly what I said to Steph. I'm like, I did not hate this ending. I liked the way it ended. She's like, well, yeah, it's kind of sad. They died. I'm like, yeah, but they weren't sad about it. And
Yeah.
what
No,
she
they were
liked was
happy
at
to be
the
together.
end when the husband's sitting there and he finds his
necklace.
medallion. He finds the necklace,
Yeah.
and then he looks up and the door opens and he gets a smile on his face, so he can see. They obviously appeared to him to let them know they're okay, they're at peace.
So did anybody's demented head
Yeah.
go one step further, or was it just me where I was like, ooh, let's pet cemetery this bitch, and now the dad commits suicide too, so he could try to be with him, but he fucks up and does it in a different way where he can't.
No,
I didn't go there.
I don't know. I was
Nope,
with my
it was-
happy.
it was-
I was
it
busy
was-
crying with my
that was
happy
you this
ending.
time.
I don't know, man. I like the ending, but I'm not gonna lie, it didn't like touch my heartstrings. I was like, I knew that kid was fucking.
It did
dead
for me.
anyways,
Not to the point of moving me to tears like it did Scoobs and Brody, but I really appreciated it. Going into this movie, I didn't know what to expect. I thought it was going to be like a haunted house, like The Conjuring or Insidious,
that's what I
something
was
like that.
also kind of expecting.
Because you see the pictures of the little kid with the creepy looking mask. It looks a little sinister. You're like, oh man, this is going to be like a real haunted. This is going to be like shit flying off the walls.
Honestly, that's a great red herring to do that, right? Because we
was.
all expect
It is.
But you're expecting that. You're watching
That's a
this
genius
and
marketing.
you're watching, and it turns out to be this completely different movie, and it's a beautifully crafted story. It's incredibly well shot. It has a small cast, but it's people like you actually really start to care about too. Even the fact that it's not in English, it told the story extremely well.
And it didn't even need to be in English. You could understand what's going on, but I'm in the same boat as oh God.
Not down that
I'm in the
route.
same boat as on Chad. I got a little not emotional, but I'm like, that tugged a little bit. I'm like, that woman just wanted to be with her little boy and wanted it to basically be okay. And once they were together,
it seems like, I'm guessing this was set in like maybe the 80s or something.
Yeah, I was thinking it wasn't.
I
I
didn't-
didn't.
set in
It
the,
didn't feel like it was. It didn't feel like it was modern times. It felt like it was way older because
No, there was no technology to give it away that it was modern.
right. So
No,
the
there
little
wasn't.
boy had HIV. So at that time, HIV
80s.
was practically a death sentence anyway. And I think he knew. I
But he
think
had-
part of that is what he. I think he kind of knew, and that's why he was saying, "I'm never going to grow up."
But did
Because he
he?
knew
But
he
he
was
had
dying.
medication in the 80s. Was there a form of medication to take to help it? Then
so all it says is it was set in the late 19th century. That's all it says. It doesn't give a specific date.
So it could have been the night.
Yeah.
No,
19th century.
no,
19th
because there were
century.
phones and shit.
That's what it says. It says it says the 2007 film The
No.
Orphanage is set in Spain in the late 19th century.
That's
No.
a-
Then where did he
That's
get the
false.
pills from
There was
to take it
technology.
to help his HIV? That
He-
wasn't developed the way
This 19th century either. It didn't get invented by the government until this late 70s, early 80s.
That's what I mean. So it's like, that's why I'm asking the question. I'm like,
No,
But you know what? You know
Are we
what?
They must have meant 20th
Hold on,
century.
hold on. In the I paused it because I had to go do something in the kitchen. And at the beginning of the film, when she opens the file, there's a file that she opens and it had birth dates in there.
Yeah, which had
And
like
it was 1968
for her,
for Laura's birthday.
which would
For
make
her.
sense because that
Yeah,
would
so
put
it had to have been
her
like the 80s.
78, 88.
70s.
No,
maybe
no, no, no,
early
no,
90s.
no. It would have been late 90s because she was 37.
So because in 88
Which,
she would be
you know what?
30.
Because the little boy asked her how old are you, she said 37. All I could think of was 37.
Okay, so apparently I was the only one who was off
37
because even my wife was like, she ain't no fucking 37. She's in her 40s. And I was like, I don't know, she can be 37. So we had to look it up. And she was 42. So I was like, all right, you got me. And Jed's like, you think that looks like 37? I'm like, listen, I've seen some rough 37-year-olds. So it's
Yeah. Yeah.
and I'm 39. And I know I look rough. So
No, you look sexy as
Oh, you're gorgeous,
thank
man.
you, buddy.
Hell
It's
yeah.
all the fluff. It doesn't show the wrinkles. But no,
No,
man, this was a very solid film.
it's
Like
a
Scoobs.
beautiful movie. It's a beautiful
It
movie.
was. That's
was
exactly how I described it when Brody asked what I thought. I'm like, this movie's beautiful.
It's a beautiful. Sorry to cut you off, John. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
It's a beautiful, I say, light of foot ghost story, which is how most ghost stories should be. That is a legit ghost story, not a supernatural film. I feel there's
All
a
right, so-
little bit of a difference.
Kajuvra on Twitch says the first HIV treatment, AZT, was approved in the US in 1987, and Spain followed soon after with access to medication throughout the late 1980s and early 1990s. Spain expanded its HIV treatment options, incorporating additional retroviral drugs as they became available. By 1996, the introduction of the highly active antiviral therapy.
Wow,
Thanks for that.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thanks
for
for-
that. Seriously.
Yeah, thanks for that research. Appreciate that, buddy.
Yeah.
And also
Well,
to
yeah.
answer your question from earlier, I have not seen The Heretic yet.
I have also not seen The Heretic.
Great
I've heard
movie.
it's
I
pretty
enjoyed
fun.
that. Great movie.
Yeah?
Great
All
movie.
right.
I enjoyed
That was the one about the girls that are in the Mormon church, right?
Yes. And
Okay.
that. Yeah.
Yeah,
if you get
no,
a
that's-
chance
Say
to-
yes. Yes,
Yep,
leave it at
that's-
that.
Yeah,
Leave it
that's
at that.
all you do. Yes is all you need.
But as far as it being
That's
beautifully
the horror
shot,
story right there.
it was beautifully shot. Even like the scenes on the beach when they're just scenes of the waves crashing and the tide rolling in, and I don't know, it was just
Who
awesome.
wanted more Lighthouse?
I did want more like
I
I wanted
wa-
more.
I
Lighthouse.
wanted more Lighthouse.
I wanted that
I
to be
wanted-
involved somehow.
Now,
Yes.
why precisely did you want to see more Lighthouse, John?
That's
No fucking
Phasmophobia.
why I want
You
to
know
see
goddamn why?
Why?
So you can see how many flights you got to climb up before you get a fucking EMF. God damn it!
This was, but by the way,
He-
great
just
slot,
just
great
out of the four
slot
of us.
placement though for us playing this game and then
Yeah.
having to watch this movie in the midst.
So,
of
out of
it.
the four of us, how many have actually walked up the stairs into a lighthouse?
In real life?
Yes.
Oh
I-
yeah, yeah. It's been a hot minute, but yeah.
Oh my
not
God.
not as big as fucking the one in the game, but it was.
Oh,
I
it's,
don't know, like
that's
3 stories. I think.
that is a walk.
Listen, if that game was real life and you went to that lighthouse, every team member would look at each other like, "Look, we're probably dying in this one because I'm not going up and down that."
First
bitch
of all,
to
my
get up
fat
there."
ass would be like, "Listen, if the ghost ain't on the first floor, then I don't give a fuck."
I'd be the truck.
Yeah, there you go.
I'd be sitting in the truck being like, I got you guys. I'll watch cams.
I think all of us would be like that. We're like, well, shit, somebody's got to go in.
I'll risk it. I'll take the exercise.
Dude,
Going on my
what's
way
that?
out, like, oh shit.
We know who's gonna be in. It's gonna be Jen.
Two steps on those stairs, and you're like, these things are loud as fuck. I ain't walking up these bitches. But no, yes, because of that game, and I mean, lighthouses are cool. I just wanted a little bit. I was hoping we would get maybe a set piece in the lighthouse for whatever fucking reason. We didn't, but that whatever. We still got it in the background, so it was cool.
I could have
was
seen more of
thinking
the
the same
caves
thing.
myself.
That was cool too.
Yeah, that would have been nice.
So how many of you looked over and went, woman, get your child, when that kid went off into the cave by himself?
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah.
Like why
Yeah.
Whitney goes?
Yo, how did she? So when she was looking for him the second time when he was like missing, I looked away for a second. How the fuck did she fuck up her leg? Did she fall in the
She fell
water?
in the water. She was running.
Yeah.
I think because she might have been wearing high heels or boots or something.
Okay.
And so when she fell she stepped in the sand and broke her leg in the water.
I missed that too.
Because
Brody?
What's
Hey,
up,
bro?
bro? I was very confused on that because I was just like, wait, she broke her leg, and it wasn't enough to where I need to rewound it, but I was just like, oh, okay. But did you guys notice that the cast switched legs when they casted her up versus what originally broke?
I noticed
Jen
that.
called that out too, and I was like, I don't care. I was like, I love that we skip it though, right? Like it's not her in that cast the rest of the movie because I was honestly like, oh, is this
Dude, this movie moves forward fast. Like
Yeah, it does.
It's like a year later, I basically.
Yeah, all of a sudden now she's like ninja kicking with her bad leg, dude, through like fucking I don't know what the hell that was.
It was a 9-month jump from that moment to
see, and right there, man, if you didn't think for any moment in time that kid wasn't dead and you see 9 months, you're like, that kid's fucking dead.
That kid's fucking dead. Yeah.
I saw 9 months come on the screen. I'm like,
so I was kind of hopeful of a more like Peter Pan vibe for it. Like maybe he's off in the ghost world and they're
like actual
treating him right.
poltergeist.
Yeah. So
okay.
I was thinking maybe more along that lines because they were talking about Peter Pan and this and that. So I was thinking maybe we'll get kind of like an enchanted kind of thing going on where he's in the other world, and
so Insidious
that at all. And I was like, yeah, so kind of like Insidious, how he, he's in the further
Insidious movies, dude. I don't know why.
I love those movies so much.
I watched the first one. I watched the first one and didn't like it.
I like the first half. I don't know why.
I love all of them. I'm with Scoobs. I do love those movies.
How many?
We're probably gonna watch part 3. There's 5.
5.
See, it ruined it. It ruined it for me when you get a good glance of that demon thing, and you're like, "Oh, it looks like Darth Maul had a kid with Wolverine."
Darth Maul demon. Yep.
All right, fair. I have seen the still shot of that.
But you know what though? That scene for like 90% of the population that watched that movie jumped at that one fucking
when you
scene.
first see it right behind
when
him,
you first fucking see it. Yes,
I almost pissed myself.
Whether you like the movie or not, you jumped at that fucking scene. Like that is one of the best.
So
jump
we watched
scares.
that. We watched that when my oldest daughter was real little when it first came out, and we were watching it. And that part came up, and my Steph jumped and she shrieked a little bit. Chloe started laughing like crazy.
Nice.
Ooh, Brody said you didn't think you would like this, Chad Daddy.
Dude, I absolutely fucking loved it.
I loved it. I loved it too, Brody. It was.
I enjoyed it.
That's fair. Hey, it's okay.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I liked it. I don't know.
But see, and I didn't.
Dude,
pick up my phone.
as Brody called it. What about that phasmophobia scene? Where
I like that.
Equipment.
No, that was
Scoops,
dope as hell.
What'd you guys think of that? I thought it was done really well. Honestly,
I loved it. Yeah, and I thought it was
cool.
it was a nice throwback to like Poltergeist.
And that was the moment where I was like, this movie is Poltergeist. Like we already were figuring out the other stuff, and that's why I was like, oh, that's where we got the Friday 13th shit. But as soon as we started doing this, I was like, bro, if she gets done, she's like, this house is clear. I'm like,
but you know what?
No, that scene alone was possibly one of the best scenes, dude. It was intense. It was like suspenseful.
Yeah, and you didn't know what was going to happen. Like,
I was
going to kill
I
this
was
lady?
literally right. I was fearful for that woman, dude. Because
Yeah.
I was like, bro, she's going to get fucked up somehow. And
Dude,
she
I thought they were
doesn't,
going to throw her
which
out
is-
the window. I thought
Which
they were going
I
to throw
thought
out
was
the
going to
window.
happen.
I didn't know what to expect. It's just the way they set it up and the way they ended with her back in the chair. I did not expect that either. And I was just like, oh shit, that kind of fucks with you, dude. Cause like, was she really actually walking around, or was that some like weird astral projection that they fucking saw? I was like, no, she had to be, but the fact that she made it back, I don't know. That whole scene was fucking awesome. And the doctor, I love that they used an overly chubby dude. Like that brother.
Oh, he was a butterball.
That
Man,
brother
Yeah,
was a
was.
fluffy man.
that was a big meaty man right there.
Yeah, he was,
Yes.
dude. And you know what? He was dressed to success, dude. He was
Yeah, he
always
was.
rocking the little fucking bow tie and shit, dude. No, that was cool. No, this movie had it all. Like Scoop said, it's an old school ghost movie, and it's kind of weird because was it after the fact? Either way, like in the same time, for whatever reason, I started watching Are You Afraid of the Dark with my daughter this weekend.
Nice.
And that was the first
Ooh.
episode, dude, was with the ghost girl in the mirror. I don't know if you guys fucking I remember that fucking vividly. And that's where what you were talking about earlier is just like
Scoob's dead, Brody.
You're expecting the kid to be in the ghost world. I was just like, oh man. Yeah, you got Scuba with you on that one, Brody.
Yeah, definitely 100%.
And you think as a parent I would have been super sad, but I feel like just because you already knew that kid was dead, it wasn't as like shocking.
Yeah.
I guess.
I think for me it was
Yeah,
more
but-
when they were together at the end. That's what made me go.
Yeah.
"God damn it."
When
Yeah,
she-
that's what got me was when they
when
were
she-
together.
When she
Yeah.
took all the pills and then all of a sudden she wakes back up, Steph looks over and she's like, she's dead, right? I'm like, yes.
So I had a second. I asked the wife that too, just to clarify, because I was like, wait a minute, because at first I thought maybe she was putting herself into a trance like that lady so she could see them.
Mm,
But then once you saw, because like, you know how she went back and she's like everything, like the lady described seeing the lighthouse and stuff, right? So that's, I was like, oh, maybe she's doing that. But then, yeah, no, just a little bit too many pills. Meaty boy had a gawk. Yeah, he had that front butt for sure, dude. It was stuffed in them pants. But he was good, man. He sold his role.
He did.
No, it was. And you know what, man? The kids were creepy, but it was cool because they weren't like.
Overly creepy. I mean,
Yeah, it was weird because like it kind of hit that almost generic mark in the beginning, but like we already mentioned, that's almost a red herring in this movie because none of the kids are bad. You know what I mean? It's just the masks are creepy because they were just old school fucking masks.
yeah, they're not vengeful spirits. They
Mhm.
were children that were taken way too early, that had a connection to Laura, and I was just glad that it wasn't a vengeful spirit, because the story could have easily gone vengeful spirit way, and I'm glad it didn't, because she could have been one of the kids that helped them.
Well, that's what I kind of thought it was going to, honestly.
Yeah,
I was
but,
just
and that's what I thought too. I thought it was going that route.
Like,
I'm
did she
glad
just
that it
forget
didn't.
that memory? Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Or some
Yeah.
shit. Like,
And I'm glad it didn't. I'm glad that she was already, the way it's explained, she was already adopted. She got adopted, and so she wasn't there when all of this took place.
And it all took place not long after she got
Yeah.
adopted.
yeah.
Too.
What? Maybe a month or something. I think they gave a timeline. It was very quickly.
Yeah, it was a couple months. It wasn't very long.
but no, man, all in all, a solid fucking movie. I mean, acting was good. Dude, I will say the one scene where was it when she finds his body? I feel like it's when she finds his body or when she thinks he's still alive or something like that, and like holding them. They do this 360 cam around her.
Yeah.
Holy shit, dude. I started getting a little nauseous by the end of that fucking bitch, dude. I was like, all right, we can stop this shit right now. Jesus Christ. But no, I mean, it was solid, dude. And everything, all the locations were just like you guys said, man, they're gorgeous. The fucking seascape and everything. Felt like you were watching a cooking show or some shit, or like The Menu. You know what I mean? Like where it's just very elegant, weird shots.
And that house.
You watch The Menu, dude?
No, I haven't
No.
seen it yet.
I know Bob
great.
has.
It's
Yeah,
great. I enjoy that movie.
It's a fun movie. It's
You
weird.
mentioned cooking show, and I know immediately, like that in the backdrop. of the
Yes,
cooking
that
show.
very
Like,
scenic, just like we're gonna show this nice driftwood on a beach for a segue shot.
But even the house was beautiful for as old as it was. And
I would live in that house.
yeah, I told Mel, I said, that's the kind of house I want. She's all, fuck that, it'd be haunted. I said, I know. Wouldn't it be great?
First of all, can we just say how dramatic those doors are for each room? Because the fact that you could just be like, wow, every time you go in and out of a room. It
And dude, how many fucking different doorknobs were in that house?
was a lot.
The hundreds.
Doorknobs,
Hundreds.
Yeah.
the fixtures.
Ooh, what do we got here? Tomas was intense, but I don't think he intended to be because of how awkward he was. Oh, that's what I was gonna ask you boys. So when she thought she saw Tomas, that was her boy, right?
Yeah, that was
okay.
Simon.
That's what I thought.
That's what I
Yes.
thought too.
Yeah, and can I just say, youch with her fucking fingers in the door?
Yeah, I don't think he
That's
meant to
like-
do that, but he wanted her to go see where
Yeah,
Tomas
Tomas
lived. He wanted to see
the bathroom,
his
yeah.
little house, and and she didn't go. And I told Mel, I said, if Charlie ever comes to me and says she has imaginary friends or sees things, I'm gonna believe her 100%. I'm not gonna be one of those parents that's like, oh, it's their imagination.
You know what I'm gonna do?
Yeah, but we know what you're gonna do. You're gonna hide.
I'm not gonna hide.
Yes, you
I
are.
only
Yes,
do it in
you
the
are.
game.
He's gonna bust out the Ouija board and be like, "Where are you?"
Where are you? Oh, my
You're gonna-
sanity dropped. Let me take some fucking Jaeger real quick.
He did that just to see how much his sanity was gonna drop.
Dude,
How's that
I did. I
happen?
told Chad I found the Ouija board. I said, I'm going to use it. He's like, you're crazy. I said, I want to know where the ghost is.
Hey, so
It
you know
worked
what?
too. It was in the garage.
Little tip and trick: take a candle in with you, and your candle drops, depending on what level it is, a certain percentage of the sanity drain. That
Oh,
shit
really?
does. Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. Right. Unsung. Yeah. Unsung weapon. For sure.
Kajuvra, I would never hide under my bed. That's where the monsters are. Duh.
But that's where the
Yeah,
monsters where it's like I'm hiding from humans.
But like, what monster are we talking, dude? Because if we're like, worst case, if it's little monsters, he's just gonna eat your Doritos. Like, it's
Yeah,
not-
we know the boogeyman's in the closet.
right? Yeah,
Thanks
100%.
for that, Ghostbusters. Yes.
And but then Bathsheba is on your fucking mantle over there, and it's like, you could stay over there, bitch.
I saw this.
Wait,
I saw this video. I meant to send it to
there.
y'all yesterday, and I forgot to send it. But it's basically a reverse monster under the bed, and it's the human under the bed and the monster child. And he's like, "Hang your foot off. Come on, just hang your toes off." And the monster kid's like, "No, you're gonna eat my feet." And he's like, "No, I'm not. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't." And he's like, "Mom." He's like, "We both know she doesn't believe I exist, so you can call her all you want." And it is like the funniest stupid shit. And it's just some random dude like under a monster's bed. And this fucking like ghoulies looking fucking monster kid in the fucking bed is fucking hilarious.
Oh my God.
I like it. Is there anything else that you boys want to bring up
No,
and
I want to hear
discuss?
behind the scenes.
Well,
No,
no,
let's
no,
listen
no,
to
no.
Oh, we gotta hear
from
Brody. Brody, yes.
Yeah, we got
Brody,
to
that-
get roaster.
That's why I was asking, because I was just for anybody else any points, but usually Brody brings in some extra points sometimes that we didn't hit. So let's see. Cashew, what does Cashew say? No clown dolls.
The clown doll's in the closet. What is that under the bed?
The kukui is under the bed.
The
Bloody
cookie.
Mary's in the bathroom, and the rest of the monsters live in the attic. Kukui can be anywhere. As long as it's dark, the kukui's gonna be there. Kukui's a Spanish monster.
Is that like the Spanish boogeyman?
Kind of.
Yeah.
It's just the kukui, the monster's there.
Yo, I'm saying, like we talked about, dude, Phasmophobia needs an offshoot game where you hunt cryptids.
That would be
Awesome.
Or not even offshoot, just add it. Give us a map.
Or
where we
yeah,
can hunt
yeah.
cryptids.
Dude, could you imagine just a woods map and it's just cryptids?
They
dude?
already
It'd be
threw
like
Slenderman in
Bigfoot,
there. Like
Bigfoot, Slenderman, fucking
Oh, they
Rake,
did?
Mothman.
The
Yes.
fucking
Yeah.
Jersey Devil.
Slenderman hides when you're in the camp, the small
campsite,
camp,
dude.
He's like
Yeah.
where all the fireflies are. He goes and like he's just standing out there.
But
It
he's
sucks
not there
because
all
I
the
never
time.
know. I never
Yeah.
noticed.
Did you guys
Yeah.
find Jason's mask?
Yes.
Yes, that
Okay.
we found.
But no, Slender Man, it was Steve and Jen, myself, and Damien, right? I think it was.
No, it was
wasn't
Brian. Or no, it was Damien.
Yeah, I
That
think we were
because
with
Damien's the
Damien.
one that found him. He's like,
Yeah.
"What the fuck, Slenderman's out in the woods." I'm like, "Shut up!" And we walked out there, and sure,
We're like,
as shit,
"Oh,
he's just
fuck."
standing there.
Yeah.
We tried to take a picture of him to see if it gave us any points, and it didn't.
Yeah, it was just super blurry bullshit.
Yeah.
But let me pull up the doppelganger Kangabanga here and hear
Yes.
what he has to say, seeing this is his choice. So, and before we even say, he's already redacted his score, what he's going to give, and it's going to be a solid 5. So.
And I can confirm because he sent it to me as well.
Yes. All right. From Brody King.
Well, howdy fucking doody there, folks. It's your Kangabanga back for another episode of Gore, and this week I'm here to talk to you about The Orphanage. Now, this is definitely one of my all-time favourite horror movies. I was a little bit iffy chucking it on here, but I'm glad I did. I think it's a film that's, definitely, judging by the premise, it's not a full-on horror movie by any means, but it's definitely a subgenre of the horror genre. It's probably more so based in the supernatural drama department with certain things, but there's some haunting scenes with some great tension that build up into those horrific scenes, and the story in itself. There's certain, bits and pieces here, like with the kids, how they die, spoiler alert. I mean, that's pretty horrific and horror related. But yeah, let's get into it. Essentially, for me, I'd have to say the story is probably the strongest thing about this whole entire film. It's just an emotionally rich experience of just human emotions. I'm a fucking mess every time we get to the end credits of this film. Like, it doesn't matter how many times I see this film, I'm literally bawling like a fucking baby. This is the only film that really makes that happen. Why the fuck would that do that? Ghost. There's a ghost in here. So before I was rudely interrupted by that fucking spirit that I've probably summoned from playing Phasmophobia too much. The script is very strong in its storytelling and visually storytelling as well. It packs an emotional punch, especially when that music, the score to this fucking film is insanely great. Like, it's just incredible, and it's very emotional, and it knows how to hit the beats extremely well. With those emotional scenes, that's what really gets me, is the music that play out to this. It's just, emotional varieties that unfold, making it extremely touching by the end of the movie, and it knocks me for 6 every time. So the acting in this movie, I don't think anyone turns in a bad role in this movie. I think this cast I've never even fucking heard of. Not one actor in here is able to bring that human emotional value to life throughout that realism and play of a mother and son, that special bond between them. They feel like a real fucking family at times. And the way that this morbid story unfolds, you can't really help feeling for these characters because of that realism that's crafted there throughout that storytelling and the premise in itself. So the way that, this was visually told throughout these performances as well, it just adds that extra cherry on top to seeing the values of love and death and the supernatural that play into this plot. I also forgot to just mention real quick, another thing I really love about this story and the plot is how they're able to incorporate the subplot of Peter Pan and foreshadow that at the start of the movie, and by the time you see it at the end, you're like, holy shit, like, I really did not see that coming, for me personally. But I think that just adds that more extra beautiful layer to a morbid story, and it just sort of lifts the mood a little bit, instead of just going out by a depressing ending, even though it still is. But I think it just adds that more emotional value to when that you see that final shot of the movie and you're like, God damn, this movie just hit you right in the feels. So, I mean, the cinematography in this movie, like, it's nothing to write home about, but there were some really cool shots. I guess the scene for me that really stood out was the scene where it's a bit of a seance, I guess you could say. These ghost hunters come in and put cameras in every rooms. It definitely feels like playing Phasmophobia, as I mentioned in the group chat. But at the same time, it's actually really intimidating and haunting to hear throughout the sound design of these kids screaming through the static, which kind of, like, Chad summed it up perfectly when we spoke about it. It felt like Poltergeist. But for me, that scene is really the sound design. It makes the hairs on the back of my neck stand up, and you hear these little kids screaming for help. It's just something sinister about that really gets me every time. And that scene alone is just a standout in this film. So I did mention in the group chat that this film at the first half of the movie is a little bit slow, but obviously it picks up by the second half. But I still feel at the same time it needed to be that to give us that character development with this family, just so it packs that more emotional value of a gut punch by the end of the movie. And being a supernatural horror movie like this, you kind of expected that to happen. But I do feel like the pacing of this movie flows very, very naturally. It's not all convoluted, like you know what's going on. And then, yeah, I feel like by the time we get to that twist, it's just holy fuck. And yeah, let's talk about that fucking twist. So I remember the very first time I'd seen the twist in this movie, it absolutely blew me away, of course, as it should. But this time it really had more of an effect on me, this viewing, only because of the fact that now I know what it's like to grow up with a kid. So my best mate, I was pretty much there since day dot when his firstborn was born, and he's 4 now. And we obviously have that connection and bond that I've been classed as the uncle. So essentially, when like you don't realize how much, like when you grow up with like your niece or nephew, to see a fucking child's death in a movie like this and see the body laying there, it really, even talking about it now, I have the goose, like the hairs on the back of my neck and fucking stand up, but I can't even talk properly. But to see that on the screen this time around, it really fucked me up. It really got under my skin. I have goosebumps just talking about it now, and the way that the lighting and how the acting is played around that scene is just terrifying. Like, I have shivers. So after saying all that, if I keep talking about this movie, I'm probably just going to get more emotional, so I'm going to fucking quit and stop while I'm ahead. Otherwise, you're going to see tears fall out of my motherfucking face. And we don't want that, because it probably is going to be embarrassing. Ugly crying Brody is something you don't want to fucking see. But in saying that, I am going to give this a Gore score of a 4.6. I hope you gentlemen enjoyed it. I look forward to hearing what you guys have to say about the film, and I'll catch you motherfuckers next week. So, cheers, gentlemen.
All righty. Thank
Thank
you,
you, Brody.
Brody.
Thank you, buddy.
Let's get rid of that.
Thank you.
All right. And once again, Brody X's that score and redubs it with a 5. So that's where he's starting it off. All righty. Anything else to add to that, gentlemen? If not, I'm going to hand the reins to Chad Daddy.
All
Right,
righty, my
Chad Daddy.
pleasure. When writer Sergio Sanchez told the little girl who plays the blind orphan that she had pretty eyes, she replied, "Oh, do you like them? I picked them out myself." What he didn't know, she was diagnosed at a very young age with a degenerative eye disease that was going to leave her blind. One of the last things her parents did while she could still see was let her see a big selection of glass eyes and choose the ones she wanted.
What?
Okay. Well, shit.
Damn.
It's a little creepy, a little morbid, but yeah.
Yo, have you seen those new glass eyes out? Random
have not.
They have fucking flashlights in them, dude. And they
I
can
have
change
seen that.
color. And they're fucking awesome. And you can be Kano now. You can be real life fucking Kano. Or on the creepy side, you can be Janosch from Ghostbusters 2.
Oh,
yeah.
So, however
Or
you
if
want to
you
look
need
at it.
2 of them, you could be
Well, if you have
David
2 of them, then
Lopan.
the flashlights aren't really going to do shit for you at that point.
David Lopan.
That's true.
So, I mean, it might help out others, but I don't think.
You'd be like, you know what, buddy? You're my walking flashlight. Just stand right
Right?
here.
God.
Okay, overawed at being in the company of acting veteran Geraldine Chaplin, J.A. Bayona, broke the ice on her first day by hiding under a bed and grabbing her leg when she knelt down in the dark. Chaplin's scream in the film is one of genuine surprise.
Nice.
That's what I like to hear. Getting in the mood.
Yes.
Oh,
Birdie, you definitely need that glass eye there, Mr. Kano.
I mean, not that you want a glass eye, but if that ever happens.
But if you ever need one, the
Right.
options
This
out
is the
there.
one you need to get.
There's like that joke. It's like, what was it? It was like something about Star Wars. They're like, Luke gets his hand cut off, and the next day he's got a fucking robot hand. They're like, You knew you had robot hands and you still have normal fucking human hands? What the fuck? He's like, get rid of that shit. It's like, I'm going robot hands and crushing everything.
Hell yeah. Every time to be a stranger.
Oh. God damn it.
I was going to go somewhere, but I don't want to take it that far. So we're going to keep going.
So this premiered at the Cannes Film Festival, where it received a 10-minute standing ovation.
Wow.
Damn.
Okay.
It's a solid movie, man.
It
It is 100%.
Solid. Well, you listen, man.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Listen, dude. I'm just saying, if you're mixing universes, and at that point, you know, I mean, first of all, there's a glove, right? So you got the glove, but
Yeah, but it's not the same.
Dude. Yeah, but there's got to be like silicone hand covers at that point, right?
Yeah, because listen,
if not better,
if you rust out that robot hand, you know.
I mean, what if you got like T800? What if you got Cyberdyne technology, dude, and now you're growing skin for your fucking robot hand?
You mentioned the glove, and all I could think of is that video you shared. That video you shared of the Phasmophobia where the ghost was named Michael Jackson.
Fucking fucking A, dude.
This
can't lotion up a leather glove. That is true. That is true.
That shit'll shrink and shrivel.
This scored the biggest box office opening for a film in its native Spain, outgrossing the similarly successful Pan's Labyrinth from 2006.
You know, I've never seen that movie.
I have never seen it either.
Never have either.
I like the creature designs in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they always did look badass.
That's the one that they have the.
Yeah. That creepy motherfucker in his hands.
Wait, didn't they have that in Hellboy?
No, that's
what was the one in Hellboy 2?
It's similar, but yeah.
They have a bunch of
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
God, yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
It's all his world, baby. Which we didn't even mention, dude. Like, I was already sold just seeing that he presented this movie. I was like, all right, man, if he's gonna throw this movie out, throw this movie under his name.
Nice segue into my next part. Uncredited, Guillermo del Toro plays the doctor at the emergency ward who tends to Laura after she injures her leg.
Oh, I didn't even realize that was him.
Yeah, I didn't even catch my eye.
That's awesome. That's cool.
Thank you for that segue. That was perfect.
Yeah, no problem.
To spice things up, the director would improvise things while shooting scenes to surprise the actors, like running in the background and hiding to suddenly startle them.
Nice.
That's a dedicated director. I love it.
I hope he just yelled boo. It wasn't even.
It just jumps up. Boo.
I mean,
people are easily startled, though.
Brody said, if you like this,
like,
if you like this and The Devil's Backbone, you'll love Pan's Labyrinth. I didn't care for Devil's Backbone. I thought it was boring.
I think
I was the only one that liked it.
That was the one with the bomb in the center of the.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll watch it eventually. I didn't see it, so.
You didn't watch that with us?
He wasn't on that episode, I don't think.
I don't even think was I even on the No, you okay, if you guys did.
Of course you were, dude.
Yeah, this was like
you were on the show because it was
like
my
last
pick.
Year or 2
yeah, I
years
think
ago.
it was like 2 years ago.
Yeah, it was my pick.
Listen, Bob, if I can remember it with my fucking shit ass.
This is true. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, no, I must have. I was not here that episode.
You still owe me behind the mask, bitch.
I do.
Oh my god, that was so funny.
I'm a bastard for that one. I'm a son of a bitch for that one.
That's your homework for this week. Watch Behind the Mask.
I'm still surprised you've never watched it even yet,
right?
Dude. Like
when I you know something, then you can hold me to it. When I get home from work tomorrow, which will probably be around 3:45, I will throw it on at 4:00.
Yeah, because that is absolutely something that's up your alley. That is in your wheelhouse right there.
What if we were like reading it way wrong? And Bob's like, this movie was fucking garbage. What the fuck are you talking?
I will watch it then tomorrow. You have to I will hold myself to it. Now continue.
Over 400 children auditioned for the role of Simon.
Oh wow.
That's
a big casting call.
That's a damn good number.
Due to the cramped conditions for lighting, 3 caves were actually used for the location where Simon disappears.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah, they probably just found a really cool entrance and they were like, all right, well, it's not going to work for the interior. We need it. So that makes sense.
All right, we reviewed The Devil's Backbone March 6th, 2024.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
so it was
last
barely a
year.
year ago.
Yeah.
No, not even a year ago.
Well, yeah.
Will
I
be.
round up sometimes. No, I mean, it was a solidly like made movie. It's just I can't remember why it didn't.
I just felt it moved along at a snail's pace for me. It just
Maybe
didn't hold my
that's what it
interest.
was. Maybe it didn't hold my attentions.
I know Brody and Scuba said it played out like a fairy tale, and I don't know. It just didn't work for me.
Because like there was an old dude that was like posted up, right? Like, because wasn't there like 3 dudes that like ended up killing some woman and then they went back to like kill them or something?
That sounds right.
It's only been a year. And I remember bits and pieces of it, but yeah, because I remember that woman's death
funny.
on the highway being really fucked up.
I can remember more about like Madman than I can about this, and that Madman was years ago.
Oh, man.
I remember Madman because that was just a fun 80s movie.
I've only watched it. I just remember him looking like a Sasquatch and jumping up in trees. Fucking A. Man, we should review that because you know what? Scoops wasn't with us then.
No,
I would love. I would totally watch.
Have you ever watched that, Brady?
Which one?
Madman?
Madman.
Mm-mm.
I'm gonna pick it up at Mania because
We haven't done a re-review in a minute.
No, we have not. It's been almost a year,
All right.
hasn't it?
We did. Yeah, we started off. Was it last year or 2 years ago? We started off with re-reviews. I think it was last year.
It might have been
Probably last
No,
year.
my book's back there. Okay.
Anyways,
Continue, yes.
The Orphanage was an old colonial house in the town of Yanez, if I'm saying that right, as a lot of the director's cinematic plans were impossible to achieve on location. Several parts of the house had to be recreated on a soundstage. In fact, over 80% of the film was shot in a studio.
Wow.
But
really?
We never.
it was recreated, but that doesn't mean that that house actually did look like that. They just had to recreate it to.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's still
Well, that's still impressive because it did not. It did not.
It didn't feel like a set.
a set
No.
at all.
No.
No, not once.
That's
Interesting.
cool. All right.
Sergio Sanchez wrote the screenplay in '96, ending up in the director's lap in 2004. The director then approached his friend Guillermo del Toro to help him produce the film and double the budget and shooting schedule.
Hell yeah, dude. I guess it does come down to who you know, right?
Mhm.
The director also originally wanted to direct his own screenplay, but soon found that no Spanish production company would let an untried director helm such a major project.
Damn.
That sucks.
Yo, you know what? And I'm sorry, we never even talked about this, dude. But we never talked about the gruesome death of what's her name? When she got hit by that bus, dude.
Oh yeah. Oh my god.
Like
Oh,
that.
God.
That was a level of once the movie went there, I almost expected more of it, and then we
I was thinking
never
that
got any more
Yeah.
of it, which
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
like threw me off.
But I'm happy we didn't get that because
Because it changes that changes the whole vibe of the movie, right?
But you know what?
Like,
Fuck her. She got what she deserved. She killed those
No,
five
but-
little kids.
yeah, but I'm glad that we got. Not disagreeing with you, homie, by any fucking means. I'm just
Brody.
glad we got that like shot back to her and we actually saw like what.
Brody, to
happened.
answer your question, no, this is not the same writer as the others, but I can see why, because there was one line that was lifted directly from the others that was in this.
What was the others?
When
I don't
the others was the one with Nicole Kidman.
Nicole Kidman, where they were all dead from the get-go.
Yeah, they were ghosts. But I can see why he said that because
spoilers.
When,
Spoilers if you haven't seen that old ass
I know.
movie.
Which I
during the
haven't.
during the whole
I-
phasmophobia scene, and when she walks in and you hear the kids screaming, and she opens up the door and she's like, "Who did? What did she do to you?" or something like that. Like that almost exact line, word for word, is in the others.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's
It's
a really
others
solid
is a
movie.
fucked movie. The twist
It
in
is.
that movie's fucked.
It is such a good movie.
I was gonna say I do not believe I've watched this one.
Like years
I
ago,
have not.
this girl I was dating before I met Steph made me watch it, and she's like, "You're gonna love this. It's really good. It's really scary." And I watched it. I'm like, "Okay, that was really good." I went out like immediately as soon as I could find a copy and bought it.
No shit.
Hmm.
All
Oh
right.
yeah,
Huh?
Let's scope that out.
nice. We might.
You
oh,
watch,
man.
you know what? You'll watch the others when Bobby watches Behind the Mask.
No, I am
Yeah,
watching
I'll
it
probably
tomorrow. I will watch it tomorrow.
Man, now I'm tempted to throw the others on here at some point.
Yeah, that's a solid flick.
Okay, continuing on. The top grossing film, this was the top grossing films in Spain in 2007, outperforming Shrek the Third and Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End.
Ooh.
Wow.
It dethroned Johnny Depp.
I did go see at World's End at theaters.
I
pretty cool.
believe I
I did
too.
not.
I wasn't really into it, and then there was a group that wanted to go see the second one, so they maybe watched the first one, and then we saw the second one, and I was like, all right. And then after I gave it some time to settle and rewatched them again, I was
I
like,
was
I am
so
for the third.
pissed. I was over this. We went to this person's house for like a New Year's party, and we got there, and they were watching the second Pirates of the Caribbean movie, and it came to the end, and the one girl, the one girl's there with her boyfriend. She's like, "Who do you think it is?" He's like, "I don't know." She's like, "It's Barbosa," and then it shows him like, "You fucking cunt! You just fucking spoiled it." I was pissed. Spoiled it before I even saw it.
I kind of figured that's who it was going to be too, but
Anyhow, yeah. Oh, spoiler alert! Barbosa didn't die.
or did he?
Actually, he did, and what's her face brought him back to life.
That's right.
Calypso.
Calypso.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Belén Neruda was J.A. Bayona's first choice for the lead from the start. This was mainly after seeing her performance in The Sea Inside in 2004.
Can't even say I know what that movie is.
Nope.
All right.
Director wanted the film to hark back to the tone of 70s Spanish cinema, hence the casting of Geraldine Chaplin, who had starred in two successful films from that period, Anna and the Wolves and Cría Cuervos.
Nice.
I mean, you said 70s?
Yes.
See, I almost could have said 70s, but then with the whole HIV thing, like we had discussion earlier, obviously it definitely places a decade later, but I can see it with just because there is no tech that we really see in this movie, right?
You see like a somewhat modern landline telephone and the equipment at the Phasmophobia scene. That's about it. Even the cars are older models.
But I think that's just Spain, like rural Spain.
Could be.
Yeah, maybe.
The van or truck or whatever that hit what's her face seemed like the most modern vehicle in the whole movie.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. When I don't know why I expected somebody to be like or nothing to be in that carriage, man, but I'm not gonna lie, that kind of like shocked me. I was just like, oh shit, because I didn't expect it. But apparently,
just the truck coming from out of nowhere and running her ass over.
Oh, I was like,
and I always love that, and that happens in movies, dude. Like in fucking oh my
like
god,
Bride of Chucky.
Bride of Chucky,
Final Destination.
Final Destination.
Yeah.
That's where I was going. Yep. Oh man, that new trailer for that new one looks.
Oh,
I haven't seen the trailer yet.
I haven't seen it. Oh, I didn't know
I'm
the
excited
trailer
for
was
it.
out.
It looks good.
It's nope. I'm just gonna let you guys watch it.
Just go watch it.
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
To prepare for her role, J. Bayona had Belén Neruda watch Close Encounters of the Third Kind and The Innocents.
Oh.
All right.
This was Spain's official submission to the Best Foreign Language Film category of the 80th Annual Academy Awards.
Okay.
During the climax of the film, Laura changes parts of the house to make it look like how it did in the past to try and contact the spirits of the orphans. One of these changes includes setting up the old beds in what was originally the children's room. If you look closely, she's set up 8 beds, yet there are only 6 orphans. This likely foreshadows that Simon and Laura become the 7th and 8th spirits, as it's revealed that Simon had become trapped in the basement and died while trying to escape, and Laura later commits suicide after finding his body.
That is something I never would have even thought to count while watching that scene.
I'm in the same boat there.
That's cool though.
During Balaban's conference, he explains that the Herald of Death appears in one's own image, i.e. a doppelganger. At the end, when Laura commits suicide after finding Simon's body, she sees a vision of herself as a child, her own Herald of Death.
Yep. I did catch that.
So did I. I figured that's why she saw herself.
That's a ghost that we need in Phasmophobia.
Doppelganger. See, I was thinking that too, dude.
Everything's
Yes,
going
Brody,
back
Get
yeah.
out of my head, Steve. Cut it out.
Sorry,
Well,
Brody.
I was also thinking about the movie. I was also thinking about the movie Doppelganger, which I haven't seen in a long time, and I barely fucking remember. But
I don't think I've ever seen the movie Doppelganger.
Uh,
I just
It's
remember there's
about
some
a,
crazy body
doppelganger.
horror at the end, though.
Oh,
isn't there?
obviously.
well, but what does it do?
Spoiler alert.
I just remember an episode of this old show called Monsters about a doppelganger, and Adrienne Barbeau was in that episode. That's all I really remember.
Oh, that's awesome. Now I gotta
That's a
look
good
this
thing to
shit.
remember.
During the scene when Simon and Laura are talking about Peter Pan, a lot of their dialogue foreshadows the end of the movie. Simon asks Laura if Peter Pan comes to get him, if she will come with him. This foreshadows how Simon is revealed to have died, and Laura ends up committing suicide. Simon also says he will stay young forever like his new friends, foreshadowing his eventual death. Peter Pan has also been theorized as an angel who brings children to heaven, Neverland.
Yep.
Did Brody send you that too? With the Uncaged Fury?
Oh shit. Damn, you can't see it on my camera.
Uh,
I hate that you can't see it on my camera.
He said it's the trailer we need. I fucking love that picture.
Fuck yeah, dude. Oh, Jesus.
So Brody photoshopped Big Johnny D's face onto the Johnny Cage body for the promo art for Uncaged Fury for the Mortal Kombat sequel, and it's fantastic.
yeah, that is the movie we need.
Okay,
Unfluffed Fury.
unfluffed.
I'm down.
Fury Unfluffed. Coming to theaters this summer.
I'm down.
In 2007, New Line Cinema bought the rights to produce an English language remake with Guillermo del Toro as producer. On remakes, director Bayona noted that the Americans have all the money in the world but can't do anything, while we can do whatever we want but don't have the money. And the American industry doesn't take chances. That's why they make remakes of movies that were already big hits. On August 4th, 2009, Larry Fessenden was announced as the director of the American remake. He later announced he would not be involved with directing the remake, stating, "Working on the script with Guillermo was a very exciting experience. But then I got into a casting miasma, and that's where the thing is. I think they're going to do it another way, actually, so I think I'm out of it. Hopefully they'll still use my script, but I'm not sure I'm directing anymore." On January 2010, Mark Pellington replaced him as director of the project. August 5th, 2011, Guillermo del Toro stated the remake would reflect his original vision for the film. And
Oh, Jesus Christ. That needs to be a shirt. Can we make this a shirt?
Of
you guys
dude.
laughing at that still?
Yes.
What?
Okay. Okay, so Guillermo del Toro stated the remake reflects his original vision for the film that had been planned even when the first vision was in production. Even when we produced the Spanish movie, I intended to remake it because we had a very different screenplay that, because of money and time, got turned into the movie you saw, which is great, but there are other structure for the original script that he wanted to try. So before they shot the first film, it was an economic decision, a pre-existing creative decision to change it. Let's see. Oh, so the guy that was slated to direct it was also the director of the Mothman Prophecies.
Ooh.
Yes.
Never
But-
watched that one either.
So on
Wow.
August 30th, 2011, it was reported that American actress Amy Adams was in talks to star as Laura, the main character. It was also stated that the current incarnation of the remake screenplay had been written by Larry Fessenden and Sergio Sanchez, the sole writer of the original film. On August 27th of 2021, in an exclusive interview with Bloody Disgusting, Fessenden said that once he left, the project was shelved indefinitely. The clock just ran out. They couldn't land an actress of the caliber they had hoped for, so we will not be getting a remake of it.
Good. It doesn't
I
need a
don't
remake.
want a remake.
It
of
It
doesn't.
doesn't
dude.
need a
Yeah.
remake.
Because
English,
America
watch
will
it in Spanish.
fuck it up.
you know, it's like oh my god, what is that damn movie?
Quarantine
Quarantine.
and
Oh,
Wreck
Wreck
was
and
the
Quarantine?
Wreck is great.
Wreck is fucking absolutely amazing. I
Yes.
love that film so much. It's so scary. Quarantine, it's like they tried to do it scene for scene, and it just does not
It sucks.
hold the same water that.
So
the
it's like
original-
the Psycho remake.
kind of, yeah.
With less butthole.
I don't know, man. There's just something about movies in Spanish that just hit.
Well,
And then when
it's
they
also
do them in
done-
English, it just doesn't. I don't know, man. It doesn't
See,
hold
I
the
would even
same.
I would take it as far as I feel like watching any movie in its true native language is how you should watch it, because that's what the actors are speaking. That's what they're feeling when they're saying it. And
Yeah, like
y'all just need to learn fucking to read subtitles. If you
yeah,
can.
like I said
That's the
like I said last week, that was the first time I saw Godzilla versus Biollante in the original Japanese. I'd always seen the dubbed version before.
I will say the only American remake that I liked better than the original remake was The Ring.
Yeah,
I never watched the
I've never seen the original
ones
Japanese.
or anything, so
the American one is. I feel better than that one. That's the only time I
Alright.
do it than that.
that was kind of that weird early 2000s hard ghost hit. All right. Anything else, Chad? Today?
That's it, buddy.
Oh, well, thank you kindly for all that.
My
Plethora
pleasure.
of knowledge.
Thank you.
All righty. That takes us to well, where did we watch this, boys?
Prime.
Physical copy Blu-ray.
Nice.
Oh, look at you fucking pulling out the fist.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Rented-
I went to Half Price Books and tried to find a lot of the movies that we're reviewing so that I could buy them on physical, just so I could have them. And that was the only one that I found. And I'm really glad that this is the only one that I found, because
It's
Chef's
worth
kiss.
keeping. Yeah.
rented it on demand.
And I got it for like $5.
Nice.
Nice.
Fuck, dude. That's $1 more than I paid to rent it. And I'm with Chad Daddy. I rented it through the Prime. So
did you see what I meant though with the subtitles being in like yellow and
Yes.
these where it's hard to read?
So I felt like the only time it was truly hard to read for me is like when it was so it was like right in the beginning, and there was kind of like an overhead shot of the one lady, and so the subtitles were against the stairs,
Yeah.
and it blended in with the concrete a little bit, where I was like, like,
Yeah.
no, I got you.
Like
And
a
I tried turning on normal subtitles,
Same.
and that was just giving me audio cues the whole time. I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't fucking need to see that shit.
I did the
outta
exact same
here.
thing. I did the
So-
exact same thing.
All in all, though, it's like I didn't really. If I missed anything, it's more than likely it's because I looked away for a second, like why she broke her leg and shit. You know what I mean? So, all right, that takes us to douche of the film. What was her
lady.
name? Gertrude.
The old lady.
Benina.
Benita.
Benina.
Benina.
Yeah.
Nina.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
was
Do
all-
you, or do
She
you
is,
not feel bonita?
I do feel bonita. All right,
Wonderful, because you look bonita. Sorry.
thank you. All right, so yeah, definite easy douche of the
I mean,
favorite
and
kill.
granted,
Oh, go.
granted, she was a mother scorn
For
she-
sure.
you know, but you're still a douche. You killed 5 little kids over an accident, and
But it was all her own doing. She kept her own kids secluded from these
Yeah.
other kids.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right, which they would have easily just played with them and just
Yeah.
been fine with it.
Yep.
But
Because they were little kids. I don't think they really cared. They all had some kind of disability or another.
that's why this movie's
Yeah.
about helicopter parenting and why it's bad.
inclusion. This movie is about inclusion.
That too.
All right, favorite kill, obviously the same lady we just said.
Yeah,
Yeah.
plus
It was fucking
Absolutely.
fantastic.
Benina. Goodbye.
It was shocking. We got some cool fucking after the fact gore. And
Oh my god! And she wasn't like immediately dead.
no,
No.
that was more fucked up about it. It was just like,
Which
oh
is
my
great
God.
because I mean, in real life, you don't always die on impact. So
Right.
No.
She had a death stare too at the lady before that bus hit her too.
Where are we gonna have the real life deaths where somebody's gonna shit themselves?
Only in South Park.
That's right. Wait, maybe he's not dead yet. He hasn't.
Never mind.
All right. That takes us to best scene.
Ooh.
I am going with what Brody referred to as the phasmophobia scene. That was
God
tense.
damn it.
It was
Yep.
suspenseful. It was scary. Like when you hear the kids screaming over the
As-
audio.
as much as I love that scene, I'm torn between either the end scene where we see all of the kids with her,
Mm-hmm.
Solid
or
part.
the scene where they are playing the game, where Simon's playing the game with her and showing her how the game works, and they're finding all the stuff.
Oh, I thought you meant where she did the 1, 2, 3 knock on the wall. Oh, that
No,
was
that
scary
one was
too.
that was scary too. But
That was very scary.
I don't know. There's just something about him showing her the game that he plays with his friends, and how if he finds it, he can make a wish. And I'm gonna go with that scene.
You know, I'm gonna change mine. I'm gonna change mine to the 1, 2, 3 knock on the wall.
Okay.
That was creepy as hell.
I'm gonna go with that same scene that Chad said, but from that scene forward. So that whole like part of that third act forward. Does the game, goes into that room down underneath the house, finds her dead son, goes upstairs, the pill, everything for that whole part of that act. That's my favorite.
All right. I'm going Poltergeist scene, dude. That shit sold me. I like the added addition of this new cast of characters. I thought they were all like cool and had their own weird little like shticks and stuff. And I really enjoyed also how like they put her in her trance and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That was really cool.
Because it's just like, God damn, dude. It's like, I hope you aren't fucking photosensitive by any goddamn means.
And you know what? That scene got me thinking. I'm like, you know what? I've never taken a strobe light on an investigation.
Oh, I thought you were going to say get hypnotized.
Well, that too. No, I would
like,
love to be hypnotized on an investigation. I would love it, and I would totally 100% do it if I could find somebody to hypnotize me.
Says the guy that runs and hides in Phasmophobia.
Scary, man.
That is different. I'm not trying to die in the game.
I need money. I need to get that money.
Kill me in real life.
Oh no, I get to ride this wave for a while. This is just too funny.
It's
all right though, because
the only guy out of our group that actually does paranormal investigations is absolute chicken shit in a game about paranormal investigations.
It's playing the game smart, Chad, because who lived and got all of the XP?
That's right.
This guy did. Who only got half the XP after this guy solved it? That guy right there.
Damn.
Yeah, Bobby, remember when we were trying to tell him, what was it last night when we were at the camp? That it was the fucking the twins or whatever?
Oh, yes.
Second guessing in that game will be the death of you.
We're like throwing shit at him, trying to get him to just... Scuba, whenever we die, please check your messenger often.
Yeah, because I don't do that. I'm just like running around throwing shit. But Chad did something cool today. He died. And I'm like, fuck, Chad, I don't know if you're here. He was throwing a blue cup in front of me. And I'm like, where's your body? And he led me to his body with the blue cup. And I'm like, fuck yeah. And
I got that idea from you when you said you were trying to lead me to where to put the dots.
Yeah.
Yes, he was trying to do that last night.
See, I cheat when I'm playing with Scoops because I'll just message him on Xbox.
Not Xbox, yeah.
That way it pops up on the screen. I know you're going to see it. Easiest way, man, is if everybody was in Discord at that time. Because I know y'all got it on PlayStation as well.
That's true.
That's switching back and forth though. But
no, you don't. Why? We do it in Xbox Party. You just switch it from game. Just turn it on.
Oh,
you know.
True.
Yeah, it's doable. Anyways, let's move it. So everybody got best scene, worst moment or scene.
I don't have one. I don't have a worst moment or scene.
I will change this to, you know what? I'm only saying worst moment because it's not necessarily bad in the worst, just saddest is when she finds her kid.
Yeah.
When you finally get that discovery. So,
but you kind of knew it.
No, you knew. Oh, you absolutely knew it. It was just like, how did it happen? Is I guess, like, you know what I mean?
I think it's like, how she cries out when she figures it out.
But it's like, you know it, but when you see it, that's what makes it hard.
His poor little shriveled up face.
He went mummy, dude.
Yeah.
That takes us to opening scene. Did it hook you in?
Yeah. I was curious.
So it was the kids play. It was the kids playing the game right at the beginning. So it was setting it up the premise there. Call. Yeah, because then, it was her getting adopted.
Mm-hmm.
I say yes because that phone call, to me, just the way she like said it, reading the subtitle, I'm like, that's a very sus.
I'm gonna say it's a soft yes because it didn't really sell the movie that we were getting into, but
dude, but
it was necessary for the story.
For that, I'm just gonna say yes because I agree exactly what you said. And it's also because I don't know where this movie's gonna go, and I didn't know where this movie. Yeah, I had ideas, and you could see it. You could obviously see some beats.
I was so
There's a
glad
lot of
that-
time where it just didn't do
yeah,
what
and
I thought it would
I
do.
was so glad I was wrong about that, about what
Yeah.
to expect out of this.
No, that was cool because it's nice when it throws you curveballs and you're like, oh, this is not that kind of movie.
Mm-hmm.
All right. That takes us to most attractive character. I think we're probably maybe all can agree on
There's
that.
slim pickings in this movie, so I got to go with the
Obviously-
mom.
Yeah, of
I'll
course.
go with
Dude.
the mom. Yeah.
She has some nice chesticles.
Yes, I was going to say that. I was going to say that too.
All right.
Don't make that face, John. She did.
No, she did. I was just, for whatever reason, the line from Lake Placid came into my head. He's like, wow, you have big, beautiful boobs. Ooh, thanks. Did Laura have a disability like the others? Or
I
is
was wondering
why
that
she
too,
got
Brody.
adopted as not having disability. This is from Brody Kane, by the way, asking this. That's a good question. I want to say no. Well,
I'm gonna go with no.
It was an it was
what
an
was on her?
orphanage.
What was on her arm? Did she cut herself? Is that
No,
what
no,
the
no,
new-
no.
what was
That
that?
was where she got pinched because they were trying to get her attention.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, but
Because the lady had them too. The psychic had them also, and they were from
from her
other
but
spirits.
she could actually see them because she said she's been near death, right? Or is it just those marks? I guess because I guess the mom couldn't really see, but she knew, like, you know.
Well,
they
I
were
think she
going
was
back.
saying that she was basically reiterating the fact that Simon could see the ghost because he was closer to
Closer
death.
to death.
Than,
Okay, yeah, all right, that
than-
makes sense.
But I don't think she had a disability, which is probably why she was adopted.
Makes sense.
I was trying to read the file at the beginning because it did have some stuff in there about her parents. But it kind of got kind of blurry kind of towards the bottom. So you couldn't really see what the rest of the file said. But I don't think she did, and I think that's why she got adopted away.
Yeah. I feel like that's a very valid answer.
Makes
for that.
sense. Yeah.
All
Oh
right.
my God, Chad.
Christ. Wow.
That's why she couldn't have any kids.
Jesus.
Jeez.
All right. Might
Continue
might-
forward.
If that was the case, I might have to change attractive character.
Oh my God.
All right. Did the score set the mood?
The score
Yes.
was actually very good, especially the piece that played over the end credits.
Yeah.
It was a
Yeah,
beautiful piece.
It was all really good.
All right. Yeah, I would have to agree. That takes us to favorite character.
Ooh.
I'm saying the chubby doctor. He's my man. I don't know. I just liked him, dude. He was like one of the first people that actually like listened to her. Like,
think
'cause,
this
like
is-
she knew what's kind of going on. Shit.
This
so.
is one of the few times where I'm going to say, I kind of like the whole family, the little boy, the wife, and the father.
Everybody was very likable, man. There's not anybody that I hated except for the one bitch that got hit by the bus.
Yeah. So,
I mean,
But you were meant to hate her.
yeah.
yeah, I'm going with the family. I'm going
Yeah,
right with the
because
family.
I don't have somebody that like stuck out that, you know what? The ghost kids. I like the ghost kids. They were my favorite characters.
Even then, yeah, no, I'm going
Brody,
with
check
family.
your messenger.
Who's your favorite character, Chad Daddy?
I don't know if I could really pick
That's fair.
a favorite character. I mean, I guess the mother.
Like Scoop said, there's really only one dislikable character in this whole movie. Nobody else is.
The cop wasn't my favorite.
Yeah, but
wasn't
she
your- yeah, but
was.
she was just doing her job. I know.
She's
I
being a
get
cop. She's being
And
a
it's-
cop.
I'll say it's not even just doing her job. Like that's how she truly believes. And everything. Yeah.
And you know what? My favorite ghost out of the kids was Tomas. He had that gnarly mask. That mask was fucking cool.
Mm-hmm.
His little
Yeah,
sackhead running around.
And he wasn't evil by any means. He wasn't
Mm-mm.
harmful to anyone.
No.
Yo, we never discussed, but what the hell were the kids like buried in? Like, what was that like?
They were cremated.
That's a cremation.
They were burnt.
Is
They were
that what that
burned.
was?
Yeah, they were burned, and she put the ashes in the sacks.
Hmm.
But that's what those like things that they were stored
Yeah,
was.
Yeah.
Why the fuck would they have those on premise?
no clue.
Or is it like
I think that was supposed to be like a bakery because it looked like those were like sacks of flour.
That's what I took it as.
I didn't even honestly think
Which would
about
make
that.
sense why those are, I guess, would be an oven.
Or even like just a kiln, like a pottery.
Yeah,
kiln or
because like I
something.
just couldn't. I know part of me being stupid, but I just was like, what the hell is that? Because I was like, they want to have a crematorium on a fucking orphanage. Like, what?
No,
the fuck
but
is
I
this?
think that they cremated the bodies and she put them in there.
In the flour.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I
That
get
means
that.
the
for
bones
sure.
don't always go.
Well, no, that's why I like that. Like you right in the beginning, like that's why I feel like the opening is a good yes, because you see all the kids and you pick up on their distinct qualities
Disabilities. Yeah.
really quick, right? So
Yeah.
like you see the kid's leg brace, and that's like the first thing you see come out, and you're like, oh fuck. So what was Tomas's disease? No, I think he was just bored.
It looked like he was burnt to me. Like he had.
Yeah, he
Could have
looked
been
burned.
It looked like
They
there
said
was
he
some
was disfigured, but
crap.
it looked like he was burnt. He looked like, you know who he looked like? He looked like Tiny from Devil's Rejects.
Oh, yeah.
He looked like a
Ooh,
tiny.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
But to me, that looked like a burn victim more than anything.
Yeah.
That's fair. That takes us to we didn't have best song, did we?
No, there was no
wasn't a
song.
Yeah, so-
No.
whatever they were playing on the piano when they were in the beginning, when everybody was happy and good. That was- that takes us to I messed around. I
It's
jumped. Was it scary?
It had some scary
There were
moments.
parts.
yes.
Yeah, there were scary parts in it. Definitely.
Absolutely.
Chad Daddy's
Okay.
favorite scene, I thought, was one of the most tense scene, dude, where she was playing the game with him, ghost
Yeah.
mode. Because you just don't, you're like, when are they gonna touch her?
But I was like, is it going to happen now? Are they appearing
Yeah,
now? Are they
yeah.
appearing now?
That's actually the clip they play a lot of from this movie. Like
On Shudder a couple
Yeah.
years ago, they did the 100 scariest moments or whatever. That scene was one of the 100 scariest moments.
Nice.
it makes sense.
You see why? Which takes us to, does it hold up today? Absolutely, dude.
Yeah.
It's fucking
Yeah,
awesome.
definitely.
No.
Not even a question.
Which it's sad that it's getting close to a 20-year mark, but at the same time, we're all old, so
Yeah.
that'd be the ways.
Mhm.
That takes us to, how was the acting?
Fucking phenomenal.
I was
Yeah,
gonna say,
Absolutely.
It's pretty good.
Solid A.
Scoops would be the best judge of that, being a
Yeah, I was gonna say-
natively born Spanish speaker, but
The acting
it
was
sold me.
fucking phenomenal. Like I
Mhm.
said, I felt and not that it played out like a novela did, because a lot of those novelas, they're very cheesy, but the acting in it was so good. The kids, you believe they were just normal kids, and especially at the beginning when they're just playing their little game, and it was just kids being kids, and the mom being a loving mom looking for her kid, and same with the dad having the frustrations of the mom trying to find. Everybody did a phenomenal job in this movie.
yes.
All right. Can't say better than myself. That takes it to cinematography.
I liked it.
I thought
It's
it was
great.
very well shot. Brody
Mhm.
said he didn't think anything really stood out. I would disagree. There was a lot of shots that really stood out. Like
I also
you had that
like-
nice tracking shot going back the hallway to the bathroom. You got that a
Mhm.
couple times. That was
Yeah.
a really nice shot right
Or
there.
even this, like I said, the scenic shots of like the beach and the waves crashing, and even the
Mhm.
lighthouse. Like even just the shots of the lighthouse were fucking beautiful.
Well, just the shots of the house itself. Just
Yeah,
for
that too.
scene settings.
Yeah.
It was
I
kind
like
of nice because we
it
always
wasn't
got
too
that. Yeah. Oh, yeah, dude. Because the darkening always can ruin that shit. But no, I was gonna say the exterior shot of the carousel. Every time you see it to start
Oh.
to like move, some
There
shit's
was
about to
ghost
go
shit
down.
happening.
Yeah, that's cool. Nice little tell. That takes us to the premise.
Loved it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
100%.
I think Scoop said it best right in the beginning. It is just a solid ghost story.
Yep.
So, which honestly, you don't really see a lot, dude. Most of the shit we're gonna watch is usually like horror ghost story, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
so this is
Yeah.
Why does it seem
Yeah.
like ghost stories like this? It's kind of like a werewolf movie. It's really hard to get right for some weird reason.
yeah.
Well, it's
I'm listening to Bobby's
Yeah.
Ghost Train.
Yeah.
well, I said it before. Like this to me is a ghost story. A lot of the other movies we get, I say those are supernatural. Like not that this isn't, but like this is a ghost story.
Yeah.
The rest of it is horror supernatural. You're getting the horror with the supernatural. You're getting slight horror, but you're getting a ghost story here.
Yeah,
But you know what
need
does a great job of
supernatural
that?
horror.
You know what show does a great job of that? The Haunting of Hill House
Yes.
on Netflix.
Is
I
it,
still
is
need
it
to watch
good?
that.
It's good. I loved
Yeah.
it. I wasn't too big on the second one, but the first one I fucking loved.
Because
I
you know what?
remember
we
Heather.
watched-
I remember Heather raving about it.
If we could watch that and review it, and I know it never happened
would-
because it's not a movie, but god damn it, it's so fucking good. I loved it. I
So-
absolutely loved it.
Okay.
Dude,
'Cause,
we should do a year where we just do TV shows because we could do all of the Stranger Things episodes. That would fit in really well with our show.
you're gonna make me watch past season 2. All right.
What? It gets better after season
I
two.
actually, I hate to say
listen.
it like this, but I never watched that show.
I have been very adamant on how I am with shows, dude. I do not have the attention span, nor want to ever give that amount of time to one particular subject. I don't care at a certain point. Doesn't matter how good it is. I lose interest.
You know, it's kind of the reason why I have not watched Supernatural, because there's so many fucking episodes. I know that I'm just gonna get
15 seasons.
yeah,
buddy.
I'm just gonna get lost.
It's something you really needed to get in on the ground floor
Yeah,
when it started. Otherwise,
because I know you have to sit there and pay attention, and my ADHD is not gonna let me do that.
Yeah,
And it
dude.
sucks because
And I
know
love
it's such a good
Supernatural
show.
too, but I taper off around season 5 to season 7. I'm just like, nah. I
well,
don't
season
care.
5 is where it was originally supposed to end.
Yeah, that probably should have. I was fine with it. Like, I
Brody
don't know.
said it right
Could you
there.
imagine
The
leaving it on
Hospital
that
Hill House is one of the
cliffhanger,
best.
though?
What's that?
Could you imagine leaving it on that cliffhanger, though?
Yeah, because you know what? One of my favorite fucking shows did that, and not that it's horror or anything related, but My Name is Earl, and I never got that.
Oh,
far.
I know.
That made me so mad, dude. So
No
mad,
closure.
right? Like we finally know. Yeah, there's a podcast, dude.
Yeah.
I've never watched that.
Oh,
Even though
dude,
I love Jason
I-
Lee, but I've never watched it.
You
It's
gotta
I
such a
watched
watch
some of
fucking
that show.
good
It's got some
dude.
good moments for sure.
I should rewatch it. It's been a long fucking time. All right. That takes us to we got climax, right? Did we do that?
No.
No, we're on that now.
No,
Climax was the climax satisfying?
It was
I
one of
can't
my
satisfying
favorites.
and sad.
I
Is that
can't
the
say it was satisfying because it was
I was
so
gonna say, it feels
sad.
weird to
But
almost
it
say
was because
satisfying.
it was because they got to be together.
They did.
She was a loving mother. She gets to spend the hereafter with her little friends when she was growing up. She gets to, be their caretaker. She has her son. I think it's a very satisfying
It's
ending.
beautiful.
I-
It's a
I agree
beautiful.
Despite
with
the
that.
sadness of it, it's a very
It's a
satisfying.
very
Unless you're
beautiful
the
climax.
dad,
It
and you're
is.
like,
Yeah, unless
wow,
you're the dad, then you're fucked with
thanks.
nobody left. But whatever. He
But
probably
he's-
killed
he
himself
kno-
in
He's
his
a doctor.
He knows. No, I don't think he did. I don't think he did. He saw they were at peace. He sees they're happy. He's happy for them. I think it gives him closure, and he can move on.
Ooh, Brody says they actually wrote the last season of My Name is Earl. Well, that's bullshit because I only needed one more episode. Just give me one fucking full, like, this is the ending to end all,
Mhm.
1 hour episode.
Well, hopefully with all these
It'll never happen, dude.
reboots coming up, you never know. You never
I don't
know.
need it rebooted. Nah.
You never know.
Although they could do it really funny.
Randy's all skinny and buff
right?
now.
Because now he's all jacked. Actually, that would be pretty fucking funny because
Yeah.
now, like, Earl's kid, like, all the kids would be grown up. So then they would almost have to, like, recap. They're like, oh, yeah, by the way, to fill you in on what actually happened over there.
Yeah.
That would be pretty good. All right. Sorry for the random My Name is Earl sidebar. So recycle, rewind, remake, reboot, reshelf. I'm rewinding it, dude. It's a
I'm
solid
rewinding.
movie.
Rewind
all day, every day.
Not even a question.
But this is
Alright.
going to be one of those movies that you don't want to overwatch too much. It's like, The Shining or The Alien. You only want it's so special. You only want to watch it every so often. You don't want to wear it out.
How does that, in terms for you, what does that mean for, like, longevity wise between watches? Like, for me,
I'd say solid once a year or so.
I would go even further. I would say
Maybe.
this is probably every, like, maybe 2 to 3 years.
I could go with that, yeah.
Like, because, yeah, like,
I'd go
I
with
feel
the
like
once a
watching
year.
it too much would just not ruin it, but you know what I mean? It just wouldn't have that, like,
I haven't watched The Shining since we reviewed it, and I really want to, but I'm like,
well, that was the first
but
time you watched that,
That
right?
was the first time I watched it.
Yeah, see that. I haven't watched that. I probably haven't watched it since we reviewed it as well.
Yeah, I'm due for.
This
a
is the
Shining
perfect time of year to
rewatch.
watch it. Everybody's getting snowed in with all the snow. I think a rewatch The Shining is overdue.
See, usually I go The Thing, but
Agreed,
maybe you
agreed.
are
Same.
correct. That's a
Both. Just do both.
Yeah,
You
right.
gotta
Great
do
double
both.
feature.
all right. So let's rate this bitch. Brody started out with a 5. Bob, what do you got, buddy?
I'm actually going to be right there with him.
All right.
5. One of the best ghost stories I
All
could
right.
watch.
Scuba.
I told Brody in the chat, thank you for choosing this movie. And it brought me to tears, and I'm giving it a 5.
All right, hold on a second. What the hell's going on here? Chad Daddy?
I can't disagree. This is an absolutely beautiful movie. It also gets a 5 from me.
All right. And I'm going to be the shitbag of the group, and I apologize, but I liked it. I didn't love it, but I enjoyed it. It was a solid movie nonetheless. I'm going to give it a 4.5.
Oh, that's still fantastic.
No, I mean, listen, dude.
That's still pretty good.
I'm not going to shit on this. I haven't shit on this movie by any means. There's nothing bad to shit on it. It's not my typical movie that I would personally go out and seek to watch, but I'm glad I did watch it because it was a solid fucking film.
Absolutely.
And Scoops has said this before, but it's like, man, every time we watch a foreign film, I just feel like I need to start watching more foreign fucking.
Yeah.
It's like, God damn it, dude. Like we talked about that prison one earlier, dude. Like that's on my list. I need to fucking watch that one. All right, so divide that bitch by 5. It is a 4.9
Ooh, very nice.
for 2007's
okay.
Orphanage. Thank you, Brody Kane, popping all our
Yeah.
cherries here.
Absolutely.
Yes, thank you
Yes,
very much.
thank you.
Very appreciated.
That being said, what are we watching next week, Dark Lord?
Next week, we're watching a movie called Open 24 Hours. Kind of like your mom's legs.
Oh, but
No.
I'm
or
telling
your
you,
butt
that
cheeks on OnlyFans.
next week, we're probably going to have a lot of your mom jokes coming out of that.
Yeah.
So Open 24 Hours. This is a Mr. Ramone pick, correct?
Yes.
And so this is a 2018 film, and you could pretty much find this anywhere.
For
Peacock, Amazon, Tubi, Pluto, Fandango, Plex. Yeah. All the good ones. So my name is Earl Colt. Fuck yeah, Brody. Let's go. Hey, Crabman. Hey, Earl. Fucking A. All right. So Open 24 Hours. Another one I've never seen. So Bob's gonna be popping some cherries next week.
We'll see if it is as highly acclaimed as this one was.
I don't even think you could
I-
put those in the same basket there,
This,
buddy.
this is a tough act to follow, so try not to hold.
First of all, wait. I'm just gonna say, if you're saying that
No.
right now,
Don't try and hold it to this. Don't try and hold it to this.
Bro,
Hold it
this
to
looks
any-
like it's gonna be a
Never hold a movie to any other
No.
movie's level. You can't do
this.
that. That's
I
just
was
not
saying,
right.
this looks like we're going into like a nice, like solid slasher, which is way different built
Yeah.
than this. So I don't know.
Well, I do have this one in my
Brody's
Amazon
never
cart.
seen it either. So.
I do have this one in my Amazon cart, and I'll probably hit buy. when
How
we
much
get
is
off
it?
Here.
How much is it?
Let me see. Let me look it up real quick.
Because I'm gonna tell you, dude,
Brody,
like
if
straight
you
up,
do like
I
it,
bet that
please
bitch is in the $5 bin.
message me
at
when you see it.
Walmart.
From the cover,
when you
it looks
watch
like it
message me. I
probably
wanna
is.
know.
I'm just guessing.
I
Let's
found some
see.
gems in a $5 bin. Don't be.
I
hating.
have too, man. Bro, I've gotten gems at
Oh,
the
yeah.
dollar store, man. I ain't gonna fucking rag on shit.
It is $11.99 on Blu-ray.
All right. So Open 24 Hours. Bob's the only one who's seen Bobby, and you have seen it, correct?
Yes, I
All right.
have.
Brody just made you a deal. He'll watch Open 24 Hours if you watch The Rise of Leslie Vernon.
Dude, Leslie.
I will
love
watch
Leslie
it
Vernon.
tomorrow.
That's another
I
one
keep
I haven't
saying
watched
it.
in a minute.
I put it on.
Man,
I put it in my reminders.
I don't know why I did not like that movie the first time, because when I watched it the second time, I had an absolute.
Some
ball
people
with it.
don't.
It's so great. It's such a great movie.
You know what it is? It's sometimes the expectation, like if anybody told you what it may be from their perspective.
I
and
think
you'll-
it was how it just completely shifted genres halfway through. It went from
I love that, dude.
looking back, I loved it.
Yeah, no,
But-
that's
but the first time I watched it, it was a little too jarring. I didn't like that. But when it
and
switched,
I liked the fucking the twist in it and shit, dude. Because I remember the first time I was like, oh, I didn't see that coming. So, all right, Open 24 Hours next week.
Wait, I'm sending you guys a picture right now. Just so
All right.
you know.
Is
Is
it
there
the
anything-
is it like the main picture for your OnlyFans page?
hot?
Absolutely. I need approval right
Oh,
now.
he put it in his calendar for tomorrow. Watch Leslie Vernon behind the mask.
Long John Silver over here. Fucking. All right. Is there anything nerdy? I got nothing.
I don't have anything.
I got
I don't think
I got one little thing. I think this is cool, even though it's happened before, but it's nice to see it again. Sam Raimi is returning to horror once again with a movie called Send Help that arrives in theaters next year in January.
I did see that.
Director Sam Raimi heads back to the horror genre with his next movie, Send Help. We've learned today that 20th Century Studios is bringing the film to theaters in 2026. Let's see, is there any? It's a survival horror thriller. I'm not going to go too much into the plot, but Damian Shannon and Mark Swift of Freddy vs. Jason and Friday 09 wrote the screenplay. So we'll see what happens here. I'm curious. I mean, because the last movie he did that, was Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. Drag Me to Hell was in 2009, which was
Look,
all
I
right.
did
then-
not hate Multiverse of Madness, and I feel like a couple years it's going to be like one of those.
I rewatched it. I enjoyed the hell out of it.
It's going to be one of those underappreciated movies like Age of
Ooh.
Ultron.
Yep.
Brody is correct. Wolf Creek 3 did get picked up if you are a Wolf Creek fan. I've only seen the first one, and I don't really remember it. I didn't care for it the first time I saw it.
I didn't like it when I saw it.
But
I thought it tried too hard to be Texas Chainsaw.
I feel like, I also don't know Aussie lore or legend. You know what I mean? So I don't, if it is anything like that. So I feel like I need to give that a rewatch personally to see if like my feelings have changed.
I've watched this, but
we've had two movies. Andy's had a series, I believe, correct?
Yeah.
So
yes.
Fuck yeah. Well, good for them nonetheless. That's I'm glad they got their own slasher thing going. I mean, it's it's the world's deadliest catch, right? Or whatever it is. It's fucking hunting, man. So what else was there anything else? Oh, go see obviously go see horror movies in theaters. So The Monkey comes out this week. So go see that shit. I want to go see it. Yeah, I know.
I saw the popcorn bucket at AMC when I saw Captain America. I almost bought it, but I'm like,
was
no,
it
I gotta be
bones? I bet it was at least.
No, I didn't even see the price. I just wanted it because it was a fucking monkey with the drum. I'm like,
no, yeah. So go see that. Hard Eyes is still out. Got
yeah, I want to see that too. I think we both want to see it.
It's getting good reviews from what I've been hearing.
Yeah, I heard it's there's some cheese, but it's like not bad cheese, right? It's good, which
it's nacho cheese.
Sometimes that's what you're looking for, man. Fucking A. All right, well, if we are good, boys, I'm gonna say we close this shit up. So, Bob, if you want to start us off.
This is your killing machine, your Long Don Silver, Bobby and Moan, saying we'll see you next week for open 24 hours, just like your grandmother and your mother.
Oh,
and your whoops! Have a
whoa!
He just said Long Don Silver.
He did. He liked it.
You did not just fucking do that. Oh my!
Why did you not hear me say that earlier?
I heard you say it, but I
okay.
think he was gonna use it in his fucking outro. You just gave him a fucking nickname in his outro now. Oh my god!
Scoops needs to recover a second.
Fuck.
And I'm gonna change it up.
I can't top that. I'm your host with the ghost. I'll see you next week. Open 24 hours. Butt cheek joke. Insert it there. Whatever. Chad.
This is your Dark Lord of Knowledge, your Chad Daddy, way down yonder in the Chattahoochee. When we say join us next week, when we all get in line to visit your mom's, because she's open 24 hours.
And I'm not so mean, Fluff Master Supreme. Big Johnny D saying thank you once again, Gorehounds, for joining us for another fantastic episode. Join us next week. Watch the movie. Open 24 hours, just like your dad's butthole. On top of that, stay fresh cheese bags.
Ghost penis.
24 hours.
Slim Jim.
Oh, no.